KTFM Floresville and SASportsStar.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
The Spurs return to action after a few days off to try and snap a 14-game losing streak. They're in Minnesota to take on the Wolves. Tip-off is set for 6:30, and it'll be televised on ESPN. Former Texas Tech quarterback Tyler Show is transferring to Louisville. He's a seventh-year senior turning 25 next September. And the UTSA Roadrunners were hit hard in the portal as Trey Moore, the AAC Defensive Player of the Year, has entered the transfer portal.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh, my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake me up, wake up, wake up, wake me up. So wake me up, wake up.
Rob Thompson.
Ginobili the other way in transition. To the left hand slam.
I want some nasty.
Rudy J.
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
How about them Cowboys?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I kiss excellent.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
It's R&R in the morning, a Wednesday edition. Morning, Martin.
Yeah, here we go. Martin, Becky, Vincent, morning.
We're glad you're
YouTubers,
here.
like the show. Comment, subscribe.
All right, if we can get, I'm going to act like a TV preacher.
Let's do it.
If I can get 15 likes in the next hour, I got tickets to give away.
To the early birds.
To the early birds.
Let's reward. Let's
15.
keep rewarding the early birds.
Digital dude, pay attention to our subscriptions.
Digital dude. Damn.
He's the double D. We
Whoa.
got the easy E and the double D.
Whoa.
Hey, you see, your mind immediately went
my
someplace else. See,
Well,
I was
whose
thinking-
doesn't when
I
you
was
say
think-
double D?
No, I was thinking parking spot.
We're not at the airport yet.
See, your mind went to the size of your hand and went, oh.
Yeah.
And then my mind went, where did I park? I don't know what that says about us.
We're in two different worlds.
We are living in two, and you're living a better life than I am, obviously. You ready for today? We are. It's a travel day, so forgive us if we're a little giddy.
It is a travel day. What, we leave around 3?
Leave about 3. Gonna land into Boston about 9.
I have a good English accent. I can't do Boston.
We will by Monday.
You think so?
Oh, wicked, yeah. See, that was just the beginnings of Monday.
Put my thumb on it. Thank you, Rudolph.
Thank you, Rudolph. We are going to put our thumb on it. It's a weird Wednesday because Spurs are going to be playing tonight, Minnesota. Sunday just seems to be overwhelming.
Why
in
you
its
say that?
gravity? Oh, the Eagles Cowboy game. It's Super Bowl by Sunday afternoon. By Sunday afternoon, it will be Super Bowl prelim by the time they start playing Sunday night. You can just feel it.
Think so?
Oh,
Super Bowl prelim. Wow.
it's the Cowboys-Eagles in prime time.
When they're both good.
What is it? We saw 17-5. That was the count for the Georgia-Alabama game. That was the viewership.
Damn, I'm going to have to watch Cowboys and Eagles in the air.
Yeah, we're going to be in the air. That's the Southwest. You better do us right. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm going to have to watch that on my phone.
But if we don't have the good Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi ain't working on the Southwest, there will be hell to pay. We're going to end up on one of those YouTube videos.
What do you care? You're not even here Monday, you slack. Yeah, I noticed that, you little sneaky son of a you-know-what.
I thought that I had told you. Yesterday as we were walking out.
Whatever, dude.
No, seriously.
I knew since like last week.
Because I'd been sitting in there. I thought I'd put them all in. But it's funny you bring that up. It kind of fallen out of my brain. So, we leave and rarely, a couple, 3 times, 4 times a week, we run into either Joe or Jason in the crossing. But they don't get here till after we're gone most days. But the last couple of minutes has been in for his other stuff. And we were walking out and we were talking about landing and all the stuff we're going to do. And I'm really giddy. I've never spent any time in Boston. So we're talking about stuff and he goes, and I go, but I'm not landing till like 9 o'clock, but I'm off on Monday. And Jason goes, does Rudy know? And I was like, I think so.
Yeah. Tim let me know last week.
Okay. Yeah. I was like,
I
think so because I was taking the days off talking to you as I was clicking, like I'm taking this day and I'm taking this day, but as I was walking out, I was like, damn. It's kind of late in the game for me to come back and say, oh, by the way, a week and a half ago, I took the day off.
No, it's smart.
I wanted to hold off so you don't get mad at me till the last minute.
No, We won't be at our homes until 11.
Oh, it's going to be awful on Monday, bro. But I figured you have all the usual cast of characters.
No, we won't. The trailer won't be here Monday. I don't think. Maybe. Oh, I'll have Arch. I'll have Archer Monday.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Well,
then you're off Friday, so you got to really. You got to really. Well,
it's graduation week. It's I got stuff.
You got to go to Bryan next Friday.
We got to go into College Station to put that boy's.
So is it College Station or is it Bryan?
He lives in Bryan. No, actually, he lives in College Station this time. For the most part, he's lived in Bryan, but College Station is the motherland. That is the sacred ground. That is College Station. Yeah, he lives.
Well, guess what? You got to bring him back though.
Yeah,
and his dog.
And his dog. He lives about 50 yards from Johnny's new bar.
Oh, that's right. Johnny got a bar up there now. Has it been popping?
He says it's a dump.
Oh, damn.
It is much like Johnny's career. Great offing. Great in the house.
So does it qualify as a dive?
I think it's qualifying as a done. Like he doesn't see how it's going to last.
Oh. Why wouldn't y'all go to Johnny built that place. Why wouldn't they go support the bar? What the hell?
Today? I don't know.
They don't even know who Johnny is.
You know what? I don't think that it's been a decade.
Well, they don't know the impact.
No, I don't think that, I think they have a vague idea, but I don't think they realize that a lot of all that new stuff y'all are looking at, that's his reason. So right there.
There's going to be two different types of guys getting off that plane Sunday night. There's going to be one guy kind of bouncy. Hey, I had to go home and wind down. And then there's going to be one guy cursing and screaming like, I got to get up in 3 hours.
I'm feeling bad about this decision.
Why would you feel bad?
Because, we're about to never leave a man behind.
We're about to lose all this time if we don't use it. We're in crunch time trying to get these vacation days out. Edwin's like, I don't want to hear it. I'm leaving behind 300 hours. Poor Edwin.
Poor the price of being indispensable.
Trevino says, I'm not watching the game on YouTube. My nerves can't take it.
I'm telling you, man.
I'm so glad I'm not that person anymore. I was that person up until around 2008.
It does. It is a life improving event when you go, is this worth it?
Mondays, I'm glad. It's when your Monday is determined on what happened with the Cowboys on Sunday. I feel for y'all. I was that guy. I was that guy with sports up until, like I said, when I had my second child, I was like, dude, I don't give a damn. I was in the hospital and I had an epiphany. I was like, dude, because at that time in 2008, I was still a diehard Laker fan because I was a diehard Kobe fan, and they're getting their asses kicked by Boston. And I just didn't care. I was just like, dude, I haven't slept. Why am I letting this affect me? Because if they win, if they lose, I got to change this baby's diaper 7 times tonight. You know what I mean? So 2008, that was it. I stopped living and dying with sports. I just like, okay, they win, they win. They don't, they don't. I still got to pay my bills on the first.
I'll tell you when I crossed that river. It was,
so if they lose, your Monday's affected. If Philly kicks them in the teeth, your Monday's affected.
Well, no, the Cowboys had long, and the Cowboys had been such
Chris.
As a Cowboy and Aggie fan, there's been nothing but letdown for 30 years.
Fair.
You know what I mean? So
that's fair.
You start to check out, but it was the Spurs that really crossed the river. And I'm not going to talk about who it was, but post game after the Manu foul at the rim.
Oh, that's 06 Dallas.
I was to the point of I don't want to talk about how, but I was so bad. It was a night that my brother and I were doing some stuff with the Nationals, and I went a little too far with it was fixed, kind of reffing stuff.
Oh my God, you did that. It was a foul, right?
It was.
Okay.
But there in the building, it didn't feel that way.
But it was a Manu foul.
It was all that. And I was so livid. I was so upset. It really affected. You could tell it was going to affect my days to come. And I walked into the locker room, and unnamed Spur was chuckling. I'm just like, ah! And I walk in the locker room, and there's a dude we love. I'm not going to say who it was because I mean, it's life.
He didn't
not. I could tell that
he wasn't James Harden. Like he wasn't headed to the strip club.
No, it wasn't like that. But they had already moved on. They realized, I can. Life is life. It
right.
Hurts. And they were like, listen up, like, what y'all doing for vacation? It was kind of like that.
Right.
And I'm like, to the point of like, I could have punched through a wall. And I went, you know what? If I got it, at the very least, I can't care more than the players.
No, exactly.
At that moment.
When you see them headed to the south of France and you're headed to your job, you're like, what am I doing? Why do I care like this?
Why would I be so mad at this when these guys whose life literally will be documented accordingly?
Right.
are just on to the next day. So at that moment, I went, all right, I'll give it the appropriate amount. But after that, life goes on, and there are diapers to change, and there are things to do.
Days that stand out for work, I can vividly, I'm at Nationwide Insurance, 2004. I'm talking about you could hear a pin drop in that call center after Derek Fisher's game until like 2. To like 2 and I swear to God, like, I'm not exaggerating. Like until 2 in the afternoon, I had never heard a call center so quiet. Like no one said a word. It was like the worst day at work ever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like awful day.
So when you get
those days, that day stands out more than the rest. Like way more than the Manu foul.
It's funny how you bring that up. And we were talking yesterday how Spurs Twitter is such a weird place. Like,
Spurs Twitter, you go in there with your helmet and your shield and your sword.
You understand the reasoning when you talk about that way back when a loss, like the whole city had been punched in the stomach. I mean,
I remember Don Harris had sent Don Harris had broke down the clip, like clip by clip, it's still in his hand. How could he shoot with 0.4? I remember those couple of days. I remember the Spurs had sent video to the league. Like, there's no way you can get a shot off in 0.4, turnaround fadeaway. Like, how do you get a turnaround fadeaway off in 0.4? Those are a dark couple of days.
See, and what we fail to remember was like 2 seconds prior to the 0.4, Tim had hit the greatest three of his life.
Yeah, fadeaway with Shaq pushing him on the head.
He hit the greatest three of his life, and we are screaming, and then boom, take that to the bank.
I remember Bruce Bowen's face. Bruce Bowen, his mouth was open. Just like, are y'all serious? Did that really happen?
I didn't want to go. We went negative there for a second.
And it was weird. It was still another game after that, but we knew it was over.
No, yeah, we knew there was no coming back.
Yeah.
We're going to salvage this. We're going to bring it back to happier days, which were about 3 days ago before Trey Moore announced he was leaving. That sucks.
I mean, dude, only thing I'll say about we'll talk about Trey Moore. We'll talk about the portal because I don't know if that was the best idea for Trey, and I'll tell you why.
Micah's living on the edge. He went Micah. We're going to hear from him talking about his MVP quarterback and Tyreek. Lots to hear from Micah. It's always fun, and this week is in particular the playoff or play-in or whatever the heck we're calling this mid-season tournament's going off, and it's actually been a lot of fun. We're going to talk that. The gumbo is boiling, and it won't be any fun unless you're with us. Grab your Tabasco and get some saltine crackers and coming back. Let's talk some Dallas Cowboys as Micah sat in his closet and started lobbing hand grenades. You want to hear it? It'll be next. It's R&R. You're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
SA Card House, the premier card house in all of San Antonio. It's December, so guess what? It's time to give away more money. That's what they do every month. But this month is Christmas, so they're doing a $125K giveaway all the way through December 31st. 17 hot seats drawn per day. And that's right, every hour on the hour starting at 9 a.m. all the way through 1 a.m. And of course, they got the multipliers. They got to have the multipliers in there for those guys that are in there grinding. Rob and I get there during our remotes. We get there about 5, and there's already 2 tables full. So you got to have something special for those guys and gals that are putting in the extra time. So 100 to 149 hours, you're going to get the 2 times the multiplier. And once you get up over 150 hours, it's going to be 3 times the multiplier. So you know what that means. You got to play to get the pay. And when you're putting in that many hours, probably going to need to nourish yourself. So just skip right on over to the Foster's Bar and Grill or just order to your table. They'll bring it right there. Great food, 3 top flight chefs. And once you're headed out and you need a little nightcap, get yourself one of the best old fashions and some bread pudding to go. That's right. SA Card House at 281 in Bitters. Check it all out at sacardhouse.com.
94.1 FM, San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at gawon'twait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
Tease the season at Edwin Watts Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year, featuring the Ping G430 drivers, which combine the ultimate combination of distance and forgiveness. And from Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. There's always gift cards in any amount for the special golfer you're shopping for. Edwin Watts Golf Shops is home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Shop us in store or online at worldwidegolf.com.
As the weather gets colder, the NFL offers stay hot on FanDuel. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets with any winning $5 moneyline bet. That's $150 if your team wins. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time to get in on the action. The app is so easy to use. There's a wide range of betting options, spreads, player props, over-unders, and more. So visit FanDuel.com/win and kick off the NFL season. That's FanDuel.com/win. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
Must be 21 plus and present state where lawful to wager. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under an agreement with Kansas Star Casino LLC. First online real money wager only $5 pregame money line wager required. First online real money wager only $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG in Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342 in Arizona, 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. 1-800-9-WITH-IT in Indiana, 1-800-522-4700. Visit ksgamblinghelp.com in Kansas. 1-877-770-STOP in Louisiana. Visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net in West Virginia or call 1-800-522-4700 in Wyoming. Help is here. Visit gamblinghelpma.org or call 1-800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York.
Hey folks, Steve Brent's here at beautiful Winans Creek Ranch in Bandera, inviting you to our holiday land sale event going on right now. It's the best time of the year to get an incredible deal on a gorgeous 10 to 15 acre luxury ranch home site here at Winans Creek. Take advantage of deep discounts and terrific bank and special below market seller financing. Plus, ask us about our closing cost bonus offers, saving you even more during our sale. Winans Creek features secluded private settings, spectacular 30-mile views, a gorgeous creekfront park, as well as paved roads, high-speed internet, electric, and more. Plus, Winans qualifies for low ag exempt taxes. The rush of the holidays will be here soon, but there's still time to get a great deal on your 10 to 15 acre luxury ranch home site you've always dreamed of. So come out and see me today at Winans Creek Ranch, and we'll help put together an incredible deal that will make your holidays bright. Give us a call at 866-952-6323 or go to WinansCreekRanch.com.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out.
Binges, blackouts, regret, shame, trying and failing to drink less or quit. Hi, I'm Jonathan, founder of Or Health. I know how scary drinking too much can be because I struggled with alcohol misuse for most of my adult life. But I also know that it is possible to drink less or quit. And medication can help. Naltrexone is a safe, effective medication that makes it easier to cut back or quit drinking, so you don't have to rely on willpower alone. I started Or Health to make access to naltrexone convenient and private, to help people like me regain control over alcohol.
If you're ready to stop drinking or just drink less, text REDUCE to 200-300 to get a secure link to Or Health's private online assessment. Our licensed medical professionals will evaluate your assessment, and if medication is right for you, prescribe it online. We'll deliver your prescription right to your door. No doctor's office visits required. Text the word REDUCE to 200-300 to get started today. That's REDUCE to 200-300.
Federal criminal cases are much more complex than state cases. The court process is different. You have to have a lawyer with experience in federal law to navigate through it. If you have been accused of a federal crime or being investigated for one of the most important decisions you'll have to make is who will represent you in the process. The LaHood Norton Law Group has decades of experience dealing with federal investigations, federal trials, and achieving outstanding results for our clients. The sooner you contact our team, the sooner we can help. Call us at 210-797-7700.
The Jim Rome Show.
Hey, Jim Rome here, and back in the military city of San Antonio.
Weekdays at noon on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It's R&R here on the Star.
Real and raw.
That's
on the
it.
Star.
Which one am I? And which one are you?
Oh,
would you rather be real or raw?
I got 3 kids, so I guess I'll go raw.
Well, you went. You might want to stop.
Yeah.
You might want to go real.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to be 90 going to graduation.
I have a friend the other day mentioned, he's about your age. He goes, all my friends either have 3-year-olds or 18-year-olds, one or the other.
I got them all.
And I was like, I got
27,
got all
15, and 5. It's crazy.
The Cowboys in prep for the Eagles. Micah Parsons does a podcast for Bleacher Report.
Micah on Edge, right?
On the Edge.
On the Edge.
I have access to it on my HBO Max feed, by the way. If you would like to see it, you can. If you have HBO Max.
You said the studio's better than what we see on social.
Yeah, it's not his closet.
Yeah,
but it's green screen stuff. But but it's still, I just kind of pictured him sitting in his closet with his coat sleeves kind of dangling by his ears, trying to find the quietest place in the room to get it
he
done.
Don't have no kids, so it shouldn't be hard to find a quiet place.
Well, just seeing the acoustics and the video you see of him sometimes looks like he's sitting in his closet. I don't know where that one comes from.
Very dim lit.
But he was the first to trumpet Dak's horn, and now thems that agree with him have followed in great numbers. And listen to Micah talk about Dak, his most valuable player.
Number 5, I'm gonna definitely have to go with Lamar Jackson. Number 5 for me would be Lamar Jackson. Number 4, I'm gonna go with Tua. Number 3, actually, I'm not even going number 4 with Tua. I'm not even gonna go number 4 with Tua.
What?
I'm gonna have to go with Tyreek. I have to go with Tyreek.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm gonna have to go with Tyreek. Number 3 for me will be Brock Purdy. Number 2 will be Jalen Hurts, and number 1 will be Dak Prescott. Easy. This is the top 5 in order. I know it's a QB, and I did this because I know it's a QB based award, right? So that's why Tyreek didn't make my top 3, and he's just an outlier. But Tyreek is easily in the top 3, if not number 1. And I don't want to just say it's Dak Prescott, because I think Tyreek, if he breaks this record, right? If he breaks this record, he has to be MVP.
True.
But Dak, he is the best quarterback in the NFL right now. It's a QB-based award. He will be MVP most likely, and Tyreek will end up being Offensive Player of the Year. But if they do give it to a non-kill breaks this record, he goes over 2,000 yards. He should be MVP. He should be MVP.
I agree with that. If he were to break the record, I think if you break Megatron's record, I will give it to him. And you got to go all the way back to 2012. Adrian Peterson's 2,300 yards from scrimmage since somebody besides a QB. Again, that's a long time. 11 years in a row, a quarterback has won this award. So they like giving it to quarterbacks. But they didn't even give it to Megatron the year he didn't. He didn't get $2,000 though.
But what I'll say is, what if he gets it and they end up 9-8?
Who is they? The Dolphins?
Yeah. I mean, don't you have to be winning to kind of get it? I'm not saying that they won't be, but.
Well, I guess it's a subjective thing. Those 50 writers or 50 voters have to say, okay, what's his value? If Tyreek Hill's not on that team, what are they?
I'm not arguing.
No, I know you're not.
I think Tyreek's gonna have to get it. And I think they're going to have to. No, I take that back. You break $2,000.
They're 9-3 right now.
So they ain't going to collapse. But if you break 2,000, you set a record like this, and we all see it. Yeah, he'll get it. But I don't think. Ordinarily, I would have said he has to super perform, but that is super performing. Heck, you're breaking a.
He's literally unguardable. I bet Patrick Mahomes misses him. Now the thing is, again, their argument is we won it last year without him, and they did.
But they had about twice as much Kelsey as they've got right now.
True. That is very true. But no, by the numbers, NFL ranks Dak Prescott passing TDs first, passing TDs to interceptions first, passer rating second, wins tied for second, completion percentage tied for second. I don't care what anybody says, Cowboy haters, he's playing better than Jalen Hurts. He just is. If we're going to stick to quarterback award right now, this stretch is going to determine if Dak is going to be the MVP, this 5-game stretch. If he can go 3-2, good Lord, if he goes 4-1, I think he's gone far and away the MVP if we're just sticking to the quarterback theme that we've stuck to since 2012.
Anybody watching the Hard Knocks regular season on Max? Is that like an unfair advantage for Tyreek if we get a little behind?
Do that.
No, I'm just
because he's on everybody's mind. He's in every, and then he did a solid, which I hate the NFL. He paid the kid got suspended / fired that did the camera celebration with him.
That's right.
So NFL said nope, you can't do that. So Tyreek paid the rest of his salary what he would have gotten the rest of the season. So cool. You should be MVP off of that alone. Like, damn, Tyreek, you got this kid fired. Well, suspended. What is he already? What? But see, the thing about it is, what's he getting? $50 a game?
Who the hell does that? Who the hell
does that?
The NFL did that, not the league, not the team, not the stadium.
The
but
NFL
the NFL
said you're not allowed to. Like if Tyreek Hill, if I'm on the sideline and Tyreek Hill says, help me out with the celebration, I'm helping him out with the celebration.
That is so duplicitous. That's the kind of crap that just pisses me off. The NFL told him you can't
go away.
I thought it was some,
No, it was the NFL.
I was going to use the term for a part-time security guard that I've got. We're not going to defame anybody's profession, but you got some guy with a little badge and a bigger ego. You didn't follow the rules when I hired you this morning.
You know who has the toughest job? Speaking of those guys, the guys that aren't allowed to watch the game.
Oh,
they just have to watch the fans. Like I would have been fired.
I'd have those glasses that bicycle riders wear with the little rearview mirrors on.
Dude, they have to sit there and watch these idiot drunk fans for 3 hours. 3 hours. You expect me, and the crowd goes crazy. You don't want me to turn around?
I wouldn't make it through the game either. How long ago was it that Micah was catching passes in practice?
That was training camp.
Was it that long ago?
It was
where they
training
were
camp.
messing around like maybe a tight end.
At that time, I said he was the best tight end on the roster. This is before Ferguson came alive, but there was a time in July, late July, early August, that Micah Parsons was the best tight end on that team because he's an athlete.
Not the non-quarterback MVP conversation is always fun to hear from those guys that are non-quarterbacks that are always going to be in the conversation.
Right.
He kind of talked about that.
Purdy is playing great football for a second-year QB regardless. I think, but the thing about it, I think his playmakers are just making better plays. If you see Debo's runs, those are quick passes. Yes, he's getting to him.
I agree.
Honestly, sometimes, truth about it or not, and I am talking crazy right now. And I'm talking very crazy. I truly believe I could be Tyreek Hill's quarterback. Yeah. I could throw it up to Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, I could do it.
I could throw a screen pass to Debo. And this might be the crazy Madden side of me, but these players are just that good. Christian McCaffrey's just that good. If I get the ball out to Christian McCaffrey in space, he's going to make someone miss. He's going to make a play happen for me. Same thing with Debo. Ayuk, Kittle, they're great playmakers. If you watch that game, they were able to make people's miss and obviously make big plays off of it. Small pass, precise passes, kept in front of them. You look at the pass chart, right? Those aren't hard passes. They're good passes, but those players are really freaking good at what they do. They're some of the best. Each player is top 5 at their position, but they're just super good. And that's just what they do.
See, and look, it comes off as a shot at Purdy, but I totally agree. Like a couple of those touchdowns that Debo ran against Philly. I mean, look, it's been this way since the beginning of time, but that had nothing. Again, if it's name a receiver in the league, that's a 7-yard gain. And Purdy's getting 7 yards. But due to the fact that Debo runs a 4-1 when someone's chasing him, we're treating Brock Purdy like he's the MVP. Stop it.
Okay, all right.
Stop it.
Well, a couple things here that annoy me.
All that went on Sunday was all Debo. That had nothing to do with Purdy.
It had a lot to do with Purdy.
Oh, my
It did. And it's not about Purdy as an individual.
Lamb's not doing all that extra running after the catch like Debo.
But what I'm getting at is the way that Debo is defended is because Brock Purdy is capable of doing something more than a short, crisp pass. You could say that, if I'm back there, all I need to do is throw the ball 5 yards. Well, if everybody knows that's all you can do, guess what? You ain't going to get to do that.
Well, he has a great play caller.
He
has 79 Hall of Famers. It reminds me of Joe Montana.
Micah could have been better than Joe Montana. Okay, there we have it.
With Rice
it's
and
settled.
Craig, and come on, man.
So when I say I could be a GM, I could GM a football team. Is that outrageous? He could say I'll be a quarterback.
Well, Rob, you've been saying that for a decade.
At some point, somebody's going to take me up on it, and I'll truly prove that my modicum of success in fantasy sports is not just a passing thing. I know what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah, I just refuse to give Purdy any credit, and Mike could just help me keep not giving him credit.
And you're right. He loves him from San Francisco. You're paying way too much attention to those guys.
All he does is talk about San Francisco. They're on his mind. I like the fact they're on his mind, though.
He's watching a lot of film. I bet he could give us the power rankings. I bet he did while sitting on that seat yesterday. But we're going to do it for you next. The gumbo's cooking. Let's look at our power rankings. Who's the best in the business right now? And David Carr has lost his freaking mind. It's R&R, and you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on the Blitz, yeah, Texas is back. They made the college football playoff, and I know one Bob Ballou and Jason Minix are very happy about that. We'll talk to Bob at 4:15.
Plus, Jane Slater joins us at 5 as you get ready for Cowboys and Eagles coming up this Sunday. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or from a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right. For right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681.
Hormones can affect everything. Bad skin, bad hair, low energy, poor sleep, brain fogginess, libido, and weight gain. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we take a functional approach to your hormone problems. Eating right and exercise will not be beneficial without optimal hormone function. This goes for men and women. We do state-of-the-art testing to get to the root of your hormone issues and help you get well and stay well. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. We can help. 210-468-1891.
Hey, I came as fast as I could. What's wrong?
Everything's okay. I just need you to know I'm glowing up.
You just texted SOS Get Here Now.
And I stand by that because I switched to Cricket and got the all-new Motorola Razr. I have entered my flip era, and I am glowing up.
I'm going to go back home.
I support that.
Switch to Cricket and get the all-new Motorola Razr for $199.99. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Must open a new line on a $60 a month voice plan. First month service charge and tax to its sale. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Honey, can you swing by the post office and grab some stamps? Done. And drop off these packages? Sure thing, honey. Ooh, and get the tracking info. Got it. But you haven't moved. I know. How great is that?
This holiday season, the Postal Service is closer than ever with convenient ship-from-home services like label printing, free package pickup, and delivery notifications. You can send more holiday joy from the comfort of home. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America. Ship from home at USPS.com/holidayjoy.
Hey, this is Travis Kelce, NFL tight end and proud member of the Lowe's Home Team. Lowe's knows when you've got the best price, you've already won. That's why we offer the lowest price guarantee. If you find a better price online or in-store, we'll match it. Now you can score on the top brands from the Lowe's Home Team picks, like Scotts, LG, and DeWalt. So take on your projects with confidence. Lowe's is the exclusive home improvement retail partner of the NFL.
Price match applies to same item, current price of qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at Lowe's.com/lowest price guarantee.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out.
Binges, blackouts, regret, shame, trying and failing to drink less or quit. Hi, I'm Jonathan, founder of War Health. I know how scary drinking too much can be because I struggled with alcohol misuse for most of my adult life. But I also know that it is possible to drink less or quit. and medication can help. Naltrexone is a safe, effective medication that makes it easier to cut back or quit drinking, so you don't have to rely on willpower alone. I started Or Health to make access to naltrexone convenient and private, to help people like me regain control over alcohol.
If you're ready to stop drinking or just drink less, text FINALLY to 323232 to get a secure link to Or Health's private online assessment. Our licensed medical professionals will evaluate your assessment, and if medication is right for you, prescribe it online. We'll deliver your prescription right to your door. No doctor's office visits required. Text the word FINALLY to 323232 to get started today. That's FINALLY to 323232.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair's gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
Time to start planning your Christmas dinner, and that starts at Tri-County Meat Market. Jason Minix here from the Blitz. Tri-County Meat Market has started taking orders for Christmas prime rib, tenderloins, and gift boxes. Order soon because they do have a limited supply. The gift boxes are variations of steak, sausage, jerky, and seasonings, and very popular. And for that Christmas dinner, you need to order your prime rib or tenderloin ahead of time. So get into one of the 2 Tri-County Meat Market locations today. Ralph Fair Road and on Heidner, TriCountyMeat.com.
Have you or a family member been arrested? The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, can help regardless of the legal battle you are facing, personal injury or criminal defense. Attorney Jesse Hernandez and his team are ready to fight for you. Calls are answered 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. Call 210-807-8656 or visit JesseHernandezLaw.com. That's 210-807-8656 or JesseHernandezLaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's R&R. Real and raw. We're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Boston bound. Tomorrow morning we'll be coming to you live from downtown Boston as we're headed up to the Army-Navy game, USAA's annual sojourn to put the world in the proper perspective.
Shout out to USAA.
Taking care of us. We're looking at some crazy good guests, too. There's an outside shot we could be talking to Belichick. We'll ask him about what his plans are. I'm sure he'll tell us.
I just hope we know.
I'm sure he'll let us know.
No, I'm saying that's gonna. It depends on which Belichick. I've seen like we're on to Cincinnati, and then I've seen the guy, and then I've seen the guy that'll give you real answers. So you have to be prepared for either a 6-minute interview. Or because this has been bad for him, but again, the thing about it is it's Army Navy, so you got to be nice.
It's Army Navy. Mac Jones still improving. I was happy.
Tom's gonna be in the area.
No. Caleb not tanking. Caleb, that's my best Bill Belichick. That's all I can do.
Yeah.
The power rankings, the weekly power rankings. It's kind of hitting the screens as we prepare for Thursday night football. Turn the page and all that. And as you look around the NFL, I don't think there's anybody anywhere who watches the NFL who does not put San Francisco as by far the best team in the NFL.
I won't say by far, but yeah, I have them as one.
But not by far?
Not by far.
Because if they're not by far, that might be some worry, because I don't think they can play any better than they did on Sunday. I think that's as good as that was it.
The thing that's scary about it is their 2 biggest tests, they look unbeatable.
Yeah.
Their 2 biggest tests being the Cowboys and the Eagles, because obviously that's the road to Vegas. They put up 84 points or 89, whatever the hell it was.
So given the possibility of improvement, that's even more frightening. But they, I think, are a level above the rest. And then we start to quibble. And, looking across, we talked about it a little bit. I heard Greeny call the AFC the JV.
Well, no, he said the AFC is finally the JV.
That's what I said. The AFC is
the
JV.
I thought you said NFC.
So I don't know if the Ravens are the best JV player on the team. They're not quite varsity. Or the Ravens are a good football team. But I wouldn't. Are they better than the Eagles legitimately? I agree.
It's a week-to-week thing, though.
I get the sense that if the Eagles and the Ravens played 10 times, The Eagles would win 7 times out of the 10. I think it's just a matter of competition. What is it about other than Lamar that scares you about Baltimore?
Nothing.
See what I'm saying?
Nothing.
Now, Lamar's he's a nuclear weapon. I mean, there's certainly reason to be afraid. Sure. But do you really believe, although they have earned the number 2 spot because they're the best JV player, are they really the second best team in the NFL? Really?
Now, this according to NFL.com. No.
Yeah.
My rankings, because again, power rankings are a week-to-week thing. It's not a overall. It's not 9-3. It's what happened this week. And if I'm going just off of this week, mine would be San Fran 1, Dallas 2, Dolphins 3, Ravens 4, Eagles 5.
So Eagles did Ohio State collapse.
For me, you get beat like that at home.
No, I completely.
At home, yeah. I mean, let's say that game was close. I would have them at 2, but they got ran out of their own building.
I think you hit it there. It's no disgrace losing to the 49ers. I don't care
None at all.
None at all. That's a great team, but the way they lost, there wasn't a whole lot there. They did fall. Ravens are a good football team, but there's nothing about them that frightens me. But that's the top 5 team.
Yeah, they're top 5. So San Fran, Dallas, Dolphins, Ravens, Eagles for me.
I think I would have the Cowboys at
2,
at probably 3.
So who's your 2?
I'm arguing Ravens no, but until given another reason, like you said, week to week, and you look at what they've gone through. I mean, they've gone to Europe. They played on the West Coast twice. They've been in 2 consecutive primetime games, and they still have won. They passed Detroit. The first time Detroit tasted any kind of adversity, the Ravens laid the wood to them.
I remember that game vividly. But the NFL.com has the Eagles still at 3.
And that's where you start getting into the body of work versus today.
Yeah, that game. They went to power rankings over a body of work.
But I would put them behind the Cowboys. I think that they are the 5th best team in the NFL because of what we saw, because there was literally issues. They couldn't run the ball. I mean, what they tried and they couldn't.
Now, what the AFC has to do, and I'm talking to the Chiefs and I'm talking to the Ravens or whoever else you want to throw in the AFC hunt, Rob, you can't let Miami have home field throughout. If they're able to stay home and not if they got to go to cold weather, if they have to go to Baltimore, I don't care. If they got to go to Kansas City or Baltimore, I'm counting Miami out. But right now, Miami is at the top. If I'm not mistaken, Edwin, Miami's at the top of the AFC. So if Miami is able to play on that grass in that great weather, you're going to get beat. You're going to get beat. They're really, really good at home. So if I'm throwing Patrick Mahomes in there as well, especially because of the way that offense looks so anemic. The Dolphins at home throughout the AFC playoffs, that would be dangerous. That would be dangerous for all teams involved.
It's just impossible for me to give them too much credit. I don't know why. Is it running? No, it's because run and shoot-itis.
It's because they're Dallas AFC, meaning they're really good against the lesser teams. That's why we're hesitant. But again, it's a week-to-week thing, and they just won 45-15.
Oh, they're boat racing teams.
Those are the Commanders.
Still, at some point, given the way that the league is structured, the argument that you're only beating bad teams is going to have to go away because everybody's only beating bad
Everybody's
teams.
bad.
If you are above 500, by definition, you have played teams that are under. By this point in the season, there are only the haves and the have-nots. There are very few right in the middle. So at some point, the argument is all you've beaten is bad teams. Well, half of us are bad, dude. That's just kind of the math of the situation. So I'm getting tired of that.
You tired of it?
Well, the Cowboys dealt with it. Now the Miami's dealing with it. You're only beating bad. Well, yeah, but everybody's beating bad teams.
That's true. That's fair.
Just because we didn't have one sprinkled in, it'll all come out in the math. And I tell you, the math will tell you, I think in 3 weeks that Miami ain't quite what we think. Dallas, Baltimore, and Buffalo. They've got a 3-game gauntlet coming up, and it could be an 0-for-3.
For Miami?
Yeah, Dallas, Baltimore, and Buffalo. That's a hell of a 3-week stretch.
Okay. That is going to be tough. We'll find out a lot about Miami. Well, the 2 teams that we're saying, hey, they're really good, but we don't know how good, Dallas and Miami, we'll get to see for both teams over these next few weeks.
And I'll tell you what, if they come through it, be very afraid because they will have a definite MVP in Tyreek Hill.
Dallas sucks on grass.
Yeah, therein lies the rub. And we didn't think we did. You know, I don't think Cowboy fan didn't realize how bad the numbers are on grass. Hey, we're still talking NFL. The college football world was set on its ear by the NCAA announcement yesterday. We'll kind of dive into it for just a brief moment next, but worthy of lots of conversation. The game has changed again right in front of us, or has it? This is R&R. You're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1.
Joe Reinagle here. I want to tell you about something that has completely changed my life. I had vision correction surgery at Parkhurst New Vision. The results are amazing. The readers are a thing of the past. Hey, if you're like me and tired of those glasses, call Parkhurst New Vision at 210-585-2020. They offer a variety of services like vision correction surgery. So call Parkhurst New Vision, 210-585-2020, or get them online at sanantoniolasik.com.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Now is the best time to buy a Connecticut water softener. With current models being closed out to make way for the new ones, you can save big. Call Connecticut at 656-PURE and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you. That's 656-PURE.
Hey, I came as fast as I could. What's wrong?
Everything's okay. I just need you to know I'm glowing up.
You just texted SOS Get Here Now.
And I stand by that because I switched to Cricket and got the all-new Motorola Razr. I have entered my flip era, and I am glowing up.
I'm going to go back home.
I support that.
Switch to Cricket and get the all-new Motorola Razr for $199.99. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Must open a new line on a $60 a month voice plan. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides 24/7 compassionate support and connection to trained counselors. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. The Lifeline works. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, just call, text, or chat 988.
Seize the season at Edwin Watts Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring the TaylorMade Stealth 2 Carbon Woods that combine speed and forgiveness to unlock forgiveness. Now up to $100 off. And from Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. There's always gift cards in any amount for the special golfer you're shopping for. Edwin Watts Golf Shops is home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Shop us in store or online at worldwidegolf.com.
It can happen in an instant. A car accident can change your life forever, from serious injuries to mounting medical bills to battling insurance companies. Accidents make life harder than it should be. If you've been in an accident, George Salinas Injury Lawyers are here for you. They're local, experienced, and ready to fight for results that make a difference. If you've been injured, don't call just any lawyer. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers at 210-225-0909 or visit georgesalinas.com.
George gets justice.
Hey folks, Steve Brent's here at beautiful Winans Creek Ranch in Bandera, inviting you to our holiday land sale event going on right now. It's the best time of the year to get an incredible deal on a gorgeous 10 to 15 acre luxury ranch home site here at Winans Creek. Take advantage of deep discounts and terrific bank and special below market seller financing. Plus, ask us about our closing cost bonus offer, saving you even more during our sale. Winans Creek features secluded private settings, spectacular 30-mile views, a gorgeous creekfront park, as well as paved roads, high-speed internet, electric, and more. Plus, Winans qualifies for low ag exempt taxes. The rush of the holidays will be here soon, but there's still time to get a great deal on your 10 to 15 acre luxury ranch home site you've always dreamed of. So come out and see me today at Winans Creek Ranch, and we'll help put together an incredible deal that will make your holidays bright. Give us a call at 866-952-6323 or go to WinansCreekRanch.com.
With tens of thousands of satisfied patients across America, it's no surprise QC Kinetics gets 5-star reviews.
I'm feeling on top of the world because of QC Kinetics.
I'm able to do the things that I wasn't able to do for a long time.
I can recommend them highly. I would recommend QC to anybody.
QC Kinetics has changed my life.
I couldn't believe it. I honestly was skeptical, but the pain went from a 10 to a 0.
Real people with real lasting relief from joint pain.
QC Kinetics Regenerative Medicine is regenerating me.
It was super successful, and I
recommend everyone seek out QC Kinetics as an alternative to surgery.
This non-surgical approach is definitely the future.
I tell as many people as possible. I am an ambassador. I love QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in advanced regenerative medicine. No drugs, no surgery. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318.
Good morning, everybody. Joe Reinagle here. Coming up on the Blitz at 2 o'clock, the Texas Longhorns are back. They are in the college football playoffs. That makes KI's Bob Ballou very happy. We're going to talk to him about all things Texas. That's coming up at 4:15. Cowboys-Eagles this Sunday night. Jane Slater from the NFL Network will join us at 5 o'clock. She'll give us her thoughts on that big matchup. Hey, Rob, it's been about a week since you left any gifts. What's going on?
I'm noticing a half-full box of oatmeal that I left. Finish one gift, get another, Joe. It's R&R.
He's eating oatmeal in the middle of the afternoon?
I don't know. The box is open.
Or maybe it's Pledge. No, Pledge ain't an oatmeal guy.
No, you know what? I left Pledge some food the other day. I didn't even tell him who it was from. I had made some. I tend to feed Pledge whenever I have extra food. And
He's a garbage disposal. That's where we all get
and I brought in a big thing of lasagna soup, and I just
wait.
That's what the recipe called it. It wasn't really like lasagna, but it's a soup that had basically the ingredients that lasagna would be used, but put in a different way. It was pretty good. It's a big Italian soup, but brought it in for Pledge and just set it on his desk with no explanation, no nothing.
It got eaten.
I wonder if he
ate it.
If you just showed up at work and sat down at your desk and there was just a container of food, no explanation as to where it was from, it was just there. Would you take it?
I'm gonna throw it away and then tell you it was great.
Well, you wouldn't even know who to tell.
That's true. I definitely wouldn't eat it.
Yeah, that would be a bold move. But
no, I'm not doing that. I'm not. I'm poor, but I'm not that poor.
Have you ever been in a hotel hallway and seen a roll on a plate and thought,
no,
not once, not ever.
Hell no,
not once. You never.
Hell no.
Walked down
If I grab a roll off somebody's what is it called? Room service?
Yeah, just on
that
the
they
tray.
leave at the door.
It was. I know I've been touched.
I know I've hit rock bottom. If I'm thinking,
I was saying you were in your right mind.
Even think. Now, if I'm in Vegas, you know what I mean? I'm strolling in at 5:30.
I'm just saying, it's crossed my mind. Yeah. You look down and go, they even got butter.
No, I've never been that hammered, and I've been hammered.
Well, hammered or hungry? I guess one leads the other. Right?
I'm not that hungry, and I'm an eater.
This is a huge story that we're going to dig into in the next hour. The NCAA has been rendered basically toothless with the advent of the Super Conference and the exit of the NCAA as a controlling body. But the new president, a guy named Charlie Baker, who was former governor of Massachusetts, has offered an opportunity, an idea that the NCAA would like the universities to adapt that would allow the NCAA or the member universities to pay the players out of their own profits, out of their own income.
Not the educational profits.
No, not that. But the money that would...
the NCAA is officially possibly coming in the NIL of their own.
Yes. So it would be a standard paycheck from the university itself.
Right.
No governing as to how much or how little or how often.
No salary cap.
The framework has been laid, and think about the importance there. That could solve some problems, but it appears that there'll be so many unintended consequences, it might not even be worth it. We're going to dig into that. But first, as we get back, we do it every day at 7 o'clock. We're talking silver and black. The tournament rolls on, and, Victor gets to talk French with another Frenchman tonight. We'll talk about it all. This is R&R. You're on 94.1. San Antonio Sports Star. You wake up and you tack your day and you hope you have enough energy to get things going to start the ball moving. And if you're overweight, you probably didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Probably dozed off, started snoring, and before you know it, it was time to get up. And you're chasing the caffeine, you're chasing the sugar just to get your day moving. And before you know it, you've spent a day with bad food decisions and you never really got going. That was my life for as long as I could remember until I met Dr. Jacob Torres over at the Institute for Functional Health. I was overweight with really no intent on losing any weight. I thought I was fine until I got to talking with Dr. Torres, and he explained to me that his methods, while based in science, have a way of working for folks that never really thought they could lose weight. Let me tell you, he was right. 6 years later, down nearly 70 pounds, and I'm still proud to say I'm a member of the IFF because what he does works. You'll learn how to diet, you'll learn how to lose weight, but you'll also learn a new way to appreciate the food that you're eating and why it's so valuable there and how it affects every other part of your life. If it's time for you to lose weight, I want you to write this number down. It's 210-468-1891. Call Dr. Torres. He would love to speak with you. Free call. He'd like for you to come by and let him tour the beautiful facilities down on McCullough. It's the Institute for Functional Health. They have helped thousands of people lose weight. You can be the next. I am living proof that it can be done. Go to their website, iffhealth.com. Ask the diligent questions, but do yourself a favor. If you have resolved that it is time for you to lose weight, the last call you need is this one, 210-468-1891. Call us today. I know you're going to thank me later.
It's the Mike McCarthy Show every Friday morning at 7 and 9 with R&R in the morning.
I'm all about winning. So when it has to do with winning, then it's part of our operation, our messaging, and our outlook.
A look at the Cowboys' upcoming game presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Are lab-grown diamonds ecologically friendly? They were developed in laboratories, but most of the millions of lab-grown diamonds in jewelry stores were manufactured in huge factories in China and India. Tens of thousands of massive furnaces are heated to about 20% of the temperature of the surface of the sun, put under immense pressure, and held there for 2 to 3 weeks to produce a lab-grown diamond. These furnaces use a tremendous amount of subsidized electricity produced in China and India by mostly coal-powered plants. The subsidized coal-powered electricity is used to produce inexpensive, easily identifiable lab-grown diamonds, whose wholesale price has crashed to almost nothing. Some jewelers still try to sell them for thousands of dollars, while others give them away for free with a purchase. America's Diamond only offers traditional, real, natural, earth-grown diamonds that are rare, extremely beautiful, and have had real value for centuries. See our television program tonight on ABC KSAT 12 at 12:35 a.m. or right now at americasdiamond.com.
It's Macy's one-day sale tomorrow with great deals of the day on gifts we love, like 60 to 65% off warm and stylish coats for everyone, 35 to 70% off fine jewelry she'll adore, and 75% off holiday decor for a cozy, welcoming home. Best of all, everyone gets $10 Macy's money for every $50 spent. Learn more at Macy's.com/Macy's money. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who specialize in saving the day and for the ones who've mastered the art of keeping business moving. We offer industrial-grade supplies for every industry with same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders, all backed by real people ready to help. So you can get the right answers and products right when you need them. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
There are good gifts, and then there are great gifts. I just shopped at Kohl's, and let me tell you, I found some really great gifts. And all for less, like 50% off Cuddle Duds bedding, a Ninja Blast portable blender for under $60, and 30% off toys. Then I got 20% off some of my finds, and I earned Kohl's cash. Don't just take it from me. Hurry to Kohl's to get the best gifts for everyone on your list. Select styles, toys, coupons do not apply. Some exclusions apply. Offers end December 6th, 20% off valid through December 10th. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Life moves fast. No one has time for a car, truck wreck, or commercial vehicle accident. At Davis Law Firm, we get it. When you call the force, you don't have to worry about insulting offers from insurance adjusters, property damage, or car rental. We recently settled a wrongful death case in a commercial vehicle accident for $5 million. Net to clients was $2.8 million. I'm Jeff Davis. If you were in a car, truck wreck, or hit by a commercial vehicle, call me at 444-4444. You got it. There's only one number to remember. 4. Attorney consultation by appointment only. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio. Davis Law Firm is a proud official partner, personal injury attorney of the San Antonio Spurs.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
They're local, they're San Antonio, and they know sports. They're R&R in the morning, KTFM Floresville, and SASportsStar.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
The Spurs return action after a few days off, try and snap the 14-game winning streak. They're in Minnesota to take on the Wolves. Tip-off is set for 6:30. Don't forget, we'll get you ready for that right now, talking silver and black. And the Blitz will get you ready at 5:30 on game night San Antonio. And the portal opened, and it hit UTSA hard as stud linebacker Trey Moore has entered the transfer portal.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh, my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake me up, wake up, wake me up, wake me up, wake up.
Rob Thompson.
Ginobili the other way in transition to the left-hand slap. I want some nasty.
Rudy J.
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I kiss excellence.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
It's R&R here on San Antonio Sports Star. Rudy J and Rob Thompson with you on a fine Wednesday morning. Get yourself moving. Don't mind the brake lights. We will get you where you're going. We do it every day at 7 o'clock. We call it the Silver and Black Podcast. It's your opportunity to sound off as well. 656-3776, 656-ESPN. You got something to say. The Spurs get back to work tonight up in Minnesota. Hope they packed a coat. Taking on the Timberwolves tonight as Wemby gets to take on another guy of like size in Rudy Gobert and maybe the yet best young bull in the NBA and Anthony Edwards. It will not get easy tonight to try to break the streak.
No, it will not. Probably the best team in the West. Well, Denver's the best team in the West, but by the record, Minnesota's playing really, really good basketball right now.
And solid. Anthony Edwards is questionable tonight with a right hip as
he took a nasty fall about a week ago,
and that will certainly help. Jaden McDaniel out with a right ankle beforehand, and a couple others that might
of course they go win tonight, right?
It wouldn't be outrageous because they have had a couple of days of practice, so you expect at the very least execution to have improved and defensive understandings to have improved after about 6 hours of hardcore sweat practices. So I would like to see, does that mean a win? Probably not, but I'd like to see, as we've recalibrated our expectations for this season, now it's about incremental growth. So we better see some damn incremental growth. You know what I mean? You've had 4 days, 5 days to work.
Yeah, but I mean, Minnesota's 15-4.
Oh, again, I'm talking about winning a couple of possessions. You know,
now,
let's win a quarter.
If Daniels is out and Edwards is out, then hey, all bets off. Let's get it on.
The T-Wolves are going to be the biggest team they've seen all year.
Yeah, man. With Towns and Gobert, it's tough. And
throwing Nas Reed too, man. They can roll 3 7-footers out there.
I don't consider Towns a
by stature or by play.
Yeah,
by play, he ain't big.
I don't consider him like a rim protector. I have to look up the blocks, but I don't look at Towns and say I'm not going in there.
Now, the last time Wemby saw his mentor, his one-time idol or mentor, I don't know how you describe it, he killed him. 29 points, 9 rebounds, 4 blocks.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
It'll be interesting to see if he can do it again. And he was hit.
That was the first play-in. That was the first in-season tournament game. That's right. They have played this team, but they did lose that game.
The defense ended up collapsing the way it has typically. And the expectation is that'll happen again tonight.
Absolutely.
And as we continue to charge through, we do have some good news for Wemby. He has made the cut.
What cut is that?
He's got the HEB commercial under his belt. He's got his first one.
Spurs Ring of Honor.
He's in. Well, he and Sohan. It was Sohan that did spots last year, right? Did Sohan?
Were they worthy of an HEB commercial last year?
I seem to think he did.
If I was HEB, I'm like, y'all got to lose. You got to lose less than 50 to get an HEB commercial. Like, this is the holy grail. Like, look at Jimmy Johnson. It took Jimmy Johnson 30 years to get in the Ring of Honor. You can't just get an HEB commercial.
Somebody got to sell ice cream.
60 losses, no HEB commercials, man. I'd do the Coyote. Coyote had a better season than the Spurs did last year. No, you can't get in my HEB commercials. And not only that, I don't want HEB spending no money until ground beef goes down. And crackers and cookies. Again, if I saw a bag of Funyuns for $6, don't spend no more advertising
You did
money.
not see a bag of Funyuns for
$5.48.
Are you kidding
and
me?
I left them there and told my 5-year-old they sold out.
Well, first of all,
that threw Rob for a loop. Groceries ain't no joke right now. Like, I remember I saw it on Black Friday, Rob. Someone was like, hey, we all got a TV Black Friday. Bring these groceries down.
$5.49 for a bag of Funyuns.
Yeah, anyway, Spurs. Sorry.
Wemby in prep for the game talked about getting ready and the time off and all that he's gone through in this vomitous beginning to the regular season. But it is, in the end, all about being patient. See,
that's what we're being patient
that
right
was
now.
a setup.
A big part of it is being patient on the court and learning how to read the situations, taking my time, getting to my spot, and truly, how I feel is whenever I do my thing and I take my time and get to my spot, it's always a basket, and I feel very comfortable in those stretches. But I gotta, I still rush, I still turn the ball over, and this is what we're working on, and it goes through a lot of talking, and realizing.
Before the triangle of toughness
I'm listening.
that Coach Traylor has, there was the Pyramid of Success by John Wooden. And one of the building blocks of success, according to Wooden, on a basketball court is be quick, but don't hurry. And that is the most difficult thing to align yourself
the adjustment.
with.
That adjustment from wherever you're coming from, over whatever, G League, college, overseas, the ability to understand that 24 seconds is a long time and to be patient and get to your spot. The game, you can see when a player makes the transition from always being sped up, because that's the beauty of we think in the NBA these guys aren't playing defense, but there's subtle things that they're doing out there that speed you up, get you in a hurry, and next thing you know, you take that percentage shot goes from a 50% shot down to the low 40s because they've sped you up. And so I know exactly what Wemby's talking about when he says, dude, you're 7'5", relax, get to where you want to go, kick. You would think because he's been playing professional so long that it wouldn't be a tough transition, but there's a huge difference in Mets 92 and the San Antonio Spurs and the Minnesota Timberwolves. But once again, I don't know, it could take 2 years. I don't know how long it takes, but you will be able to see when the game is slowed down and he's just getting to wherever his sweet spot is, and kind of just sit on you and then dictate the offense.
It is so much of a nuance to it that I get this. I do. I get that he understands that I have to be patient. There's no need to rush. But the relaxed attitude of getting there is the annoying part of all this.
What do you mean? He sounds nonchalant in the answer? What are you saying?
Well, it seems like nonchalant in his answer, nonchalant in his attitude, and it's wrong for the way I
see, the thing about it is he's remember, he's a seasoned media vet. So he understands that I'm not going to show y'all that I am, because trust me, at night, I don't care who you are. You could be the 15th guy on the bench. 14 losses in a row weighs on you. So at home, he's going through it. But when he's talking to us and he's in front of the media at practice, he's not going to show you panic. He's a seasoned veteran when it comes to answering questions. He's been answering questions since he was 15.
And wise beyond his years, the way he's handled it, because as much as he has to work on being patient, and obviously Pop has adopted the attitude of patience, at least with his players, if not the fans, we have to kind of recalibrate ourselves, as I said earlier, as to our expectations.
Right.
Now, there are some issues. And big guys like Wemby have always been on the wrong side of refs, because everybody looks at a big guy. Well, you should be able to get through those fouls. You're big. Well, Wemby was asked about officiating and what he's gone through in his early part of his NBA career.
There are differences. I mean, the rules are just different. So, of course, the calls are different. But I wouldn't say there's one that's better than the other. But, yeah,
what?
Players are way better in the NBA, so it's hard to guard them. So, of course, people foul them a lot more because they're unguardable sometimes. So, it's the game is different, but we can't really compare since the players are so different.
There's also, you got to earn your rep. That part of it comes in. I don't care who you are, how much hype you had. NBA refs are wired differently, and they're not in a rush. They're not going to be in a rush to give Wemby a lot of the call. Again, he's getting fouled a lot more than he's getting called for. They're getting away with a little bit more, but this has been the case with big men throughout the history of time in the NBA. Shaq went through it. All big men go through it. Well, one, your foul that's really not a foul looks like a damn near a flagrant. There's that part of it, and then there's the part of it where you're getting beat up and they're just not calling it because you're 7'5". Now, the thing about it, the reason why I'm perplexed with Wemby is, dude, he's 12 pounds. What are you watching, Mr. Referee? Like, he just got smacked in the arm, or he just got pushed on the ground, or pushed him on the hip. So, yeah, he's not getting all the calls he should, but that'll come in time as he gets better and as he earns his rep and his stripes in this league.
It's the rookie baggage that he's going to have to carry.
Everybody deals with it.
And a lot of it will go away when you prove to those teams you're able to fight through it. They'll just stop. They'll just start focusing on the other dude that they can knock out of their game.
Right.
And that's part of what we just talked about, the maturation of being quick but not hurrying, and forcing the refs to just stop blowing the whistle or start blowing the whistle as appropriate instead of treating you like a rookie. And you look like a rookie. It's like a dog can smell fear. You can smell a rookie. You can see the way they're acting. Like, dude, you're just not ready, so you're not going to get the benefit of the doubt when it comes down to it.
Well, in LeBron's mind, one of the knocks that people have had on him over the years was he flopped too much. According to LeBron, the reason he started flopping so much is because he was not getting calls. And he said, I had to get to the point where I had to make them call it. Now, that may sound like BS. It may sound like BS, and it probably is BS, but it's worked.
LeBron didn't get calls. Seriously, it's like Brady bitching.
LeBron has gotten beat up over here.
He's
gotten beat up.
But for the last 10 years, it's been a pretty safe life.
What I'm saying for LeBron is stuff that's called flagrant ones and twos for some guys. LeBron is just a common foul. That's what I'm talking about.
And that is a fact. And he's not going to be the last to have to deal with that situation, because he's proven that he will collapse under it now and again.
Who is he? Wemby or LeBron?
LeBron has failed at times.
Absolutely.
And it will continue to be part of the way that he is reffed and guarded. There's the perception of the Spurs early season has been things would be better if Sohan wasn't playing point guard. And it's probably true in the offing. The numbers tell us that they're 11 points better per 100 possessions with Trey Jones in at point guard than they are with Sohan. I mean, even at its most basic, by the numbers, it tells you that Sohan has been an abject failure, though a worthy experiment at point guard.
Just point guard. We're only talking about point guard. Right.
Starting. This is only about a dude learning a new position that is so reflected on and shined by the other positions. It's very different to go from small forward to power forward, and it won't really change the rest of the offense. It'll just the way. But when you're going to point guard, where everything you do is reflected on the other four dudes that are running around you, it just hasn't worked. And if the decision is going to be nope, fail fast, this was a worthy out, but it ain't going to be it. It might be time to kind of look around the league and see what the potential is for a quicker fix. And Bleacher Report has a trade out there on the table. And I don't give a lot of love to Bleacher Report. I think they throw a lot of stuff against the wall just to see if they can force you to click on
content.
But this actually has some merit because it has to do with Tyus Jones.
Point guard.
A guy that is a respectable a respectable point guard in the NFL. I mean, NBA. I mean, a guy that has proven his merits and can play off of stars.
And he's wasting away in Washington because that team is awful and Jordan Poole doesn't give a damn.
Got trapped in there in the trade that involved Beal, right? Isn't that how he ended up there in Washington?
Poole, all of that jumbled together like gumbo.
So he's kind of lost there, and he's worthy of a first-round pick.
Oh, yeah. No, he could play. His time spent in Memphis was really good. He would come off the bench for Memphis and steady the ship while Morant was out, or when Morant would get hurt, they would win 7-8 games in a row with him running the show.
And the Jones boys, as it would be a pretty good compliment to each other.
What, Tyrus and Trey playing together for the Spurs? That would be cool. I mean, as a parent, like, man, my kids are playing together in the NBA, both went to Duke.
Maybe you get a 2-for-1 special.
Yeah, so what? So you would get Devontae Graham out of here?
It involves getting rid of Graham.
Who they're just not playing.
Who,
for whatever reason.
And that doesn't mean that the Wizards would be happy to get him, but this is how, you talk about moving guys around. So the capital outlay wouldn't be huge. It'd be a player, a draft pick involved. And I've seen Charlotte's, knocked around and a couple of others, and Chicago would get in on this deal too. But what I'm saying is a guy like Tyus is the kind of guy that I could see the Spurs making a move for in the season, like right now, because it would be an easy get. You wouldn't have to spend a whole bunch of capital, and it would allow you some time in the next month or so to kind of round yourself into a winning streak there at the end of the season. If the playoffs are out, at least let's end the season in a situation where we can see some hope, because, it's been a month since our last win, and there's really no future coming. It's not like we're waiting for an injured player to get back. It's not. The only way the Spurs get better is to get better.
But at the end of the day, and this has been the theme for this month-long losing streak, is it about the wins? I'm not going to sit here and say they're trying to lose. I'm just saying, is it about the wins?
No,
if it's not,
it's about getting better.
If it's not about the wins, then you don't trade.
Well, I think you do trade, because it's not about the wins.
Don't you want to hold on to the picks? Because they're talking about the Charlotte first-round pick and, of course, Devontae Graham. But if it's about getting better, don't you get better through the draft, considering where they are in this rebuild?
Yes, you do. And I'm not saying this would end the search for a point guard, but it would end the search or the need for a point guard to help the other guys get better. Because
I like that.
There comes a time when
that's a good twist.
I've got to play better in my system to get better. And I can't get better because my point guard won't let us play better in the system I'm trying to get better in.
That's fair.
So I think there comes a time when you go, yeah, I get it. It was a worthy experiment, but you're hindering the development of everybody else. You cannot, for whatever thing in your brain, you are unable to throw an alley-oop. Why are we not ooping to Victor 7 times a game?
And with this proposed trade, Rob, you're not getting rid of Shohan, so he can go back to a natural position and get back to what we saw him develop into toward the end of the season last year.
And this is not about wins. This is about getting better, to get the wins. And right now, we're putting together 5-minute stretches. Every now and then we win a quarter, but
or half,
even halves, yeah. But we're not seeing the sustained and continued success that is required that is offered to you from either veteran leadership, that steady guide hand that never lets things get out of control, whatever the case may be, or just star players putting it on their backs. And we don't really have Wemby in a situation to do that yet. That article, I did read something, and this Devin off the bench thing feels kind of like a nickname that might stick. And do we want that nickname to stick?
What, Devin off the bench?
Yeah, Devin being the Manu. Is that something that you could realistically live with and go, this guy might be the best player on the team right now, even though we know Wemby's coming? Can we live with the idea of this guy, not only this year, but the years coming forward, taking that role? Because it might be time to define who he is.
Well, if you can fix the starting lineup, and and it's not going to happen this year, but in a year or two, he can be in the top 3 for 6 men. Because he's that dynamic of a scorer, and because he does defend really well. If they can fix some things and win some games, he could be developed into the best 6 man in the league, because he's so good on the offensive side of the ball. And I actually feel like he's one of the few 2 guards that is a legit 2-way player. I think that's what separates him from some of the other guys in his class. Like Halliburton doesn't play any defense. Bane doesn't play any defense. I don't think anybody's writing home to Maxey to be a first-team all-defense. I have to look that up. But
he's a dog, but he's slow.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah. So when you talk about the guys that he's married to because of that draft class, he's one of the few that is a legit two-way player. Because Halliburton, as much as we love watching him play, he ain't trying to stop anybody. And I mean anybody. But he's great, and he's must-see TV. But Devin Vassell has the potential and the ceiling to be the sixth man, and I love him in this role.
It's not
they
a
need
demotion.
it.
It's just a definition. It's a difference.
And if you finish the game, who cares?
Yeah. But I do think you have to be very careful as to the mentality, because being a sixth man is a very different dude than being a starter. It just is.
But it's fun.
Oh,
but you know what? It's fun because it's like, you're our guy. That when you come off the bench, we don't expect you to do anything but be the – and it goes back to Vinnie Johnson. We just want you to be the microwave. We want you to come on here, get us 20, 25 points a game, and do what you want to do with the second team. You're not this way. And it's fun for Vassell because it's like you're not out there having to – of course, you're going to spend some time with Wemby. But when you come off, when Wemby's winded, you're not playing through him. It's all about you. And we're relying on you to do what you want to do, which is put shots up and get buckets. So it's actually a fun place to be. And then in the fourth quarter, 5 minutes to go, you're going to be finishing the games. It's never about who starts.
So, but I do think we have to be very careful in deciding what do we want from you. What is your role going to be? Because we want to. This is when we're chiseling off the rough edges.
Now it's tough to give him
down.
Yeah, it's tough to give him 150 and tell him to come off the bench. But
hey,
if you're getting six-man awards, who cares?
Yeah, you're getting 150. You're getting 150. Whether you, I mean, it's not a bad situation to be in. But I do think if we're going to keep Sohan to be that, you're going to have to go get a point guard to justify leaving Devin on the bench. You're just going to have to. If you're going to go the way that it appears that Pop wants to go, they're going to have to get somebody else on a more consistent basis.
You hit it on the head. It was really a mic drop. You have to get better in order for them to get better. And I don't think we're going to see the best of Wemby until there's somebody that can legitimately set the table.
What do you guys think? 656-3776, 656-ESPN. You can chat back. You can talk back. You can do whatever you'd like on those socials. We see them on. We appreciate you. We promised some tickets to give away to our early crew, and we have overcome and surpassed our goal that had involved likes and subscriptions. I'd like to give away some tickets. Hey, Edwin, you ready to give away a pair of Adam Sandler tickets? You didn't take those home, did you?
Oh, let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's give away some Adam Sandler tickets. The number to dial, 656-3776, 656-ESPN. You win them, you'll be going tomorrow. That's right. I'll be available about 6 o'clock. Get on the phone. Caller number 7 is going to check out Adam Sandler tomorrow night. The I Missed You tour at the Frost Bank Center. If you don't win them right now, you can go buy them at livenation.com. Caller number 7 is going to go check out Adam Sandler. That's Silver and Black at 7. We do it every day. Make sure you tune in at the that is subscribe and make sure you get the notifications to get there. Hey, coming back, we're talking Dallas, we're talking NFL as the league kicks off tomorrow night. It won't be quite the same as last week, but the Cowboys play on Sunday night, and the defense has some splaining to do. Did they get exposed? Has Dan Quinn been doing this with smoke and mirrors, or is this the plan all along? We're looking on the other side of the ball next. It's R&R, and you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon.
I love San Antonio, man. I love it.
On 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Here comes the Sandman.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Adam Sandler.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The I Missed You Tour.
Should we clap along? I'm going to play guitar a little bit for you.
Adam Sandler, live.
Take him away!
Frost Bank Center, December 7th.
All right, let's lose that. I hate it. Sorry.
Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
Don't let pain keep you from doing the things you love. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. Whether you've been living with chronic and nagging pain for years, or if you've recently experienced an injury, our goal is to get you out of pain as quickly as possible. Arasti is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, Arasti accepts most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
It's the most wonderful time of the year at San Antonio's Card House, the premier card house in San Antonio at 281 and Bitters. It's Christmas time, so what better way to celebrate than giving away $125K? That's what they do every month. Going on from now all the way through December 31st, 17 hot seats drawn per day, every hour on the hour from 9 a.m. all the way through 1 a.m. From 1 a.m. to 9 a.m., you got your Royal Flush for $300, straight flush for $150, quads for $75. Also 1 a.m. to 9 a.m., you got your bomb pots, 5-card Royal or straight flush, $50 time. And of course, you know you got the multipliers. But you know the motto, you got to play to get the pay with the multipliers. From 100 to 149 hours is 2 times, and anything over 150 hours is 3 times. So get in the SA Card House. That's SA Card House 125K giveaway. From now all the way through December 31st, SA Card House at 281 and Bitter.
Imagine it's the last ride, but your symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, are taking you for a ride. What should you do? Keep managing your constipation with belly pain the same old way? Or try getting ahead of your symptoms by talking to your doctor about treating it with Linzess, linaclotide. Linzess is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Imagine, what could relief from IBS-C mean for you? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collisions since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you are a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you are a family member and needs an experienced attorney, an attorney you can trust, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
It's the Awesome Tickets Pro Football Pick'em Challenge on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your shot at $50,000 nationally, while weekly winners locally get a $50 gift card to 5 Oaks Ace Hardware on Thousand Oaks. At the end of the season, locally, the best overall record wins the San Antonio Grand Prize of $1,000 worth of tickets to any event from Awesome Tickets. Sign up today at sasportstar.com. R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, good morning to you.
Top of the morning to all, at the bottom of the hour.
That's what Rudy does. He makes your day. Glad you're with us this morning. Dr. Jason Garrett's going to be here in about a little over an hour. We're going to discuss partially injured ankles.
And should he do the tightrope?
And the
like
tightrope. And
Pickett and Tua, the tightrope surgery for these high ankle sprains has become a thing.
The continuing saga with Aaron Rodgers, another Achilles, and is December the 24th truly attainable? And does a strained hip abductor muscle keep Wemby out yet another game? That's what Dr. Garrett does as we talk injuries and the guys that you're either betting on or rooting for, how they're going to get themselves back in there. Who do you got tomorrow night? The Bezos Bowl last week was spectacular.
It was awesome. Dallas and Seattle.
the 10-day rest is going to be vital as the Cowboys take on an Eagle team that, while this is a wounded football team that got embarrassed last week. But one of the problems that Eagles have offered all season long, or had to deal with all season long, is they haven't been able to run the ball very well.
True.
I mean, it just isn't there. It's not like their offensive line hasn't been great, because it's one of the better offensive lines. And DeAndre Swift at times has looked good, but he has not been Miles Sanders for whatever reason. It just hasn't been there. That is going to be, at the end of the day, I believe, with the Dallas Cowboys, what, if and when they do lose in a playoff game or whatever happens, my sense will be it'll be because they could not stop the run.
The run.
I'm just saying if they lose, it will be because they could not stop the run.
Well, I agree, but I disagree, only because it's not like, when I look back at last Thursday, and this week, Bezos gets Steelers Patriots. Good luck with that, Bezos.
Sorry, Jeff.
Yeah, sorry, Jeff. But you win enough at life. You'll be fine. Like, screw Jeff Bezos. He wins enough at life. He's literally, there's 4 of us in here right now. Someone has an Amazon package on their door. One of us 4 do. 1 in 4 people
I know for
have
a fact I do.
You see what I'm saying? 1 in 4 of us has an Amazon package on our door. But what I'll say is, Geno Smith had his best game of the season. Not month, not 2 months. Geno Smith had his best passing game of the season, but threw for 334 yards, probably the best game of his career.
Oh, man, you're right. Okay, it's going to be so key to see if this Bland thing was a one-off game. Was he just a day late and a dollar short? I mean, was it truly that, or is he now going to be a professional victim?
Well, I think he has sticky hands. The guy can catch. He's a former receiver. But the reason you get that many interceptions is because teams are electing to go at you over Gilmore. Now, the reason we're asking is Dallas been exposed is because when they're playing winning teams, Rob, opponents with winning records are now averaging over 35 points against Dallas in 2023. For perspective, Washington, the worst NFL defense in the league, is averaging 29 points against them. So when they play somebody with a winning record, Philly, San Fran, and Seattle, they've now given up over an average of over 35 points per game. So you start to wonder, okay.
And it wasn't on the ground.
Right. It wasn't on the ground. It wasn't on the ground in any of them, because even when you go back to the San Fran game, McCaffrey was held in check.
Why is my perception so different then? Am I just flat out wrong? Because my
No,
perception is when it matters, they've been unable to stop them. But it's been the air that has beaten them.
It's the because it's been that way so long. Like, oh, well, the way you beat Dallas, you run the ball. It's been that way so long, we just say, oh, well, that's what it is. No, when you really look at it, it's when they turn the ball over and, quarterbacks have some success. Brock Purdy went crazy with George Kittle against them.
Now, can I go, well, Seattle's an outlier because 3 games in 12 days. That fourth quarter, it was a very long 2-minute drill that went 8 minutes. Seemed like Seattle kept coming, whatever the reason was. That defense was forced to do more than probably they should have, but they looked awfully tired. You think there's any of that at least to Seattle?
For sure. Again, and I would love to come on here and bash them, but what is it? They played 4 games in 19 days. That's a brutal stretch. So players only going to keep up with it. They barely can keep up with the 7-day turnaround, let alone the turnaround that they were in. So yes, that is something to do with it, but that had nothing to do with Philly putting up over 35, and that had nothing to do with San Francisco putting up 40. So again, this is a stretch where we're going to find out if, one, I feel like Micah is doing his part on having impact. I saw it with my own eyes last Thursday. Triple teams. Screw double teams. Seattle was triple teaming him. That means the other guys are supposed to be doing something and making plays and doing what they're supposed to do. Micah's having the impact. I mean, if you look at the Vegas odds right now, if you talk about defensive player of the year, Micah's at number 1. And this is on the season where Myles Garrett is playing out of his mind on the number 1 overall defense. Yet we have Micah favored to win the defensive player of the year. So Micah at the beginning of the year said it's not about the sacks, people. It's about the impact. It's there. Now the other guys have to do their part. And they've had games against the lesser teams where you have another guy outside of Micah with with more than 1 sack. So we've seen that. It's just got to be more consistent, and it's got to come in the games against the better teams. just because, again, Mike McCarthy talks about it ad nauseum. He said it again the other day. December football. Well, it's here. Mike is doing his part. Bland, even though he got spanked last weekend. Last Thursday. Let's call it what it is. But he's done his job. Now it's time for everybody else to do theirs.
You get the sense that as the season starts to wind down, the ability for Hurts to run the ball is going to become more and more important for Philadelphia to win. As you know, that third weapon is always important for the well-scouted teams. And Dak, as he's started to move the ball in the pocket, we've seen their offense start to take off. When you see a team like the defense that the Cowboys can offer against the Eagles, is sacks the number we're looking for, or is it tackles for loss?
I'm a TFL guy.
Yeah.
The tackle for loss to me is just like a sack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I can get Philly, who starts every drive at 1st and 9, if I can get Philly in 2nd and 12, 2nd and 11, now I'm cooking with grease. So I'm a tackle for loss guy.
Because when you look at what both Hurts and Prescott both have offered is they're good against the blitz, both of them.
Wow.
Both of them are in the top 5 in QBR and yards per attempt and completion percentage with opponents that are blitzing at least one extra pass rusher. So they both are able to get the ball out. But Hurts adds that extra dimension of Duke can run the football, not just kind of can.
Designed runs.
So you get the sense that gap responsibility here is going to overtake pressure to the quarterback. Don't let him get out of the pocket.
Right. And the glass half full side of it, Rob, is when we go back to the Seattle game, the last 3 possessions all ended in turnover on downs. Each drive was only average of 26 yards, and they combined for 78. All 3 of those drives only combined for 78 yards. So at the end of the game, they found their second win and sucked it up when they needed to. In true Micah Parsons fashion, it ended on a Micah Parsons heavy pressure for an incompletion. So we talk about them giving up 35, but at the end of the game, like Shaq said, I might miss my free throws 1st through 3, but in the 4th quarter, I'm going to make them. That's what that Cowboys defensive performance felt like. And again, I do feel like they were gassed, and I know Cowboy haters will say I'm making excuses for them, but any team with that kind of stretch probably would have looked the same. And it was Metcalf and Lockett and Njigba. I mean, it wasn't, it wasn't like they were playing some no-name wide receivers.
How important will it be for Pollard to have 100 yards total?
I don't think he has to have 100 yards. I'm fine with Dak, Rico, and Tony combining for 140. If Tony this isn't 1992. If Tony doesn't get 140 by himself, that's fine. If they can get it combined, that's still putting pressure on the defense.
The Cowboys and Dak in particular has moved the ball against the Eagles defense. It's not like the defense that the last year was, almost Chicago Bear worthy as far as sacks per, starting 4 on the defensive line. That's
what the hell did Chicago do to you?
Well, I'm just saying the Bears, that 85 Bear team set a record, and the Eagles were getting close to it. They were getting close to it. 4 double digits defense that was coming for you last year. And Dak picked them apart, has traditionally done a good job against the Eagle defense. Do you think sometimes we give the Cowboys defense too much blame for they're playing defense a lot because the Cowboys score a lot and they don't hold the ball a lot. They score a lot of touchdowns.
Then that's an indictment on Coach McCarthy.
That complimentary football.
Right, because he said, even though they had the number 1 offense the last 2 seasons under Kellen Moore when Dak was starting, but he said we have to sustain drives in order to give the defense time to get a breather. When you look back at the last game, though, against the Eagles, Dak went for 374 and 3 touchdowns. Like, if 29 to 44. I know we want to get you some rest, but good Lord. I'm almost through for 400 on the reigning NFC champions. That's got to be enough on my part.
I say that, but Cowboys are second in the league in time of possession, averaging over 32 minutes a game.
So, again, all eyes should be on this defense. And it's crazy because when the season started, and it just goes to show that we all got ego and nobody really wants to take the blame, even though we say that's what we're supposed to do. Beginning of the season, when Coach McCarthy was like, well, our identity is we're a defensive team. We got to take the ball away. We're a defensive team. How things have changed. How things have changed when you're playing against the better teams. Because right now, the offense is clearly it's not up for debate. The offensive side of the ball is the better side of the ball for the Dallas Cowboys.
It's funny when you look at the teams that they're up there as far as time of possession. And first of all, the Cowboys have improved by nearly 3 minutes in time of possession over last year. So
Mike McCarthy justified again.
There is a McCarthyism there. But when you look at the teams, Cleveland is number 1 in the league in time of possession, and it's for an entirely different reason. I mean, because it's 3 in a cloud of dust with Cleveland. I mean, what are they doing? They're not throwing the ball. It's Flacco and 3-name law firm.
PJ Walker and Dorian Robinson.
Yeah. So
how do they lead the league in time of possession? And they don't have Nick Chubb.
So it's just by 3rd and 1s after.
That means they're snapping the ball with 1 second left every time.
Exactly.
They're
grinding.
Like literally taking the air out of the ball.
And you look at Detroit, same thing. Chicago is 5th in the league in time of possession. Would you have even believed?
Oh, well, then the time of possession stat is whack.
Well,
the
they're just grinding it. Like you said, they're not snapping the ball until it is, what is it, 44 1/3 seconds?
Yeah, dude. Wow. But if Chicago's 5, time of possession stat is overrated because they're 4-8. Okay, they're 4-8. So maybe we're putting a little bit too much on this TOP.
Well, I think they have to win for that. The Cowboys are winning despite it.
Man, this is weird. Who's 27? The Chargers, Kellen Moore. Of course, they play fast. When I look at the stats, if I just read you these stats and I didn't tell you a score, Prescott 374, 3 TDs. Jalen Hurts 207, 2 TDs. Pollard 12 carries, 51 yards. Swift 43 yards. Receiving, CeeDee Lamb 191 yards. A.J. Brown 66 yards and a touch. If I just read you the stats, you would say the Cowboys won that game.
Easy. I would have said it's going away.
But, of course, there's always more to it. But just the game leaders, Cowboys crushed them.
Yes. I mean,
in Philly. Dak almost threw for 200 more yards than Hurts. And CD went crazy. CD almost had 200 yards receiving. And I'm still trying to figure out how they lost that game.
Tush push,
man. That tells me at critical times, and the critical times was in the third quarter. In the third quarter, Philly scored 14 points. Dallas didn't score any points in that third quarter. But you give up 14 points in the third quarter if you're Dallas. And again, keep in mind, in this last game against Seattle drives at the end of the half, scores a touchdown. Start the third, they double dipped on them, went right down the field and scored again. So on the 2 straight possessions, they give up 14 points, speaking of this defense. So right now, I'm not going to say they've been exposed, Rob, but I am going to say it is all eyes on them because Mike McCarthy told us to start the first quarter of the season that they were a defensive team and there was historical defense and all of this crap, and we haven't seen it.
When we look at position groups and the Pollard, Dowdle, DeAndre Swift, Kenneth Gainwell,
whoever he is,
at least a position group, it seems to be fairly even. Pollard's averaging about 4 yards a carry, which is more than it was.
I think that's what
by about a yard.
Everybody's aiming for that.
Well, I mean, what was it just a month and a half ago?
3?
Yeah, I think he has truly improved that. DeAndre Swift is 5th in the league in rushing yards. He's getting 4.7 yards per carry. But it doesn't seem it's not appropriate carries at appropriate times. It doesn't feel like even though the numbers tell you that's a successful back, I would not call their running game a successful running game. I think it has to include Jalen Hurts. And once you throw that extra running back into the mix, then you go, well, there's the running game right there, the threat with Jalen Hurts. But on its own, I'm not afraid of DeAndre Swift. That guy ain't going to beat the Cowboys unless the time of possession jumps over the Cowboys, right? And the Eagles are right behind them at 31.
Eagles did everything in their power to give that game to the Cowboys. But is DeAndre Swift alive? It wasn't that him that got blown up over the middle against San Fran? He almost died. Was that Swift? I thought that was Swift. That was Swift. Swift almost died. San Francisco, and I don't know how that wasn't a flag in today's NFL, but I digress.
Jake Ferguson has become the security blanket for the Dallas Cowboys, and it appears to be one of those separator positions against the Eagles. When you go man for man, position for position, you put Jake Ferguson against Jack Stoll, and I'm feeling pretty comfortable, at least in that position group. The Cowboys have a talent advantage.
This is going to be the problem for the Eagles is going to be because this is why they went so. Look, Cowboys were going after Shaq Leonard for depth reasons. Philly was going after Shaq Leonard because they need him. Their linebacking is awful. The linebacker position is where they struggle, and that's where Cooks comes in because there's a lot of short stuff over the middle, and that's where Ferguson comes in. If we're just going by what we've seen from Philly, first of all, Philly's secondary is trash, a la CeeDee Lamb going for almost 200 on them, a la Deebo Samuel's doing what he did to them. If there is a weakness on Philly, it's their defense. Dak threw for 374 on them. Ferguson and Cooks probably have a big game. You don't fix what's ailing them in 1 week. So Ferg should have a really, really big game if we're just going off the credit report of what we've seen from this Philly defense thus far.
I'm going to need a refresher. At 8 o'clock, we're going to look at the NBA as the tournament went straight. When can you call a timeout? I need to find the manual because evidently you can call a timeout when the ball is just rolling on the floor. I didn't know that was the case.
I didn't know either.
But evidently there's some special playoff rules. At 8 o'clock, we're going to look at the in-season tournament and how the Lakers are gaming the system. Well, we don't want the Lakers to win this thing, do we?
No, I got a plea to the Pelicans, to the Bucks, and to the Pacers. I'm begging.
But coming back, the portal is wreaking havoc across college football. One of UTSA's own is headed to greener pastures. We'll try to figure out where that might be and look at who might be exiting from A&M, from Texas, and where everybody's landing. And school's going to be able to pay, at least the NCAA would like, for the schools to actually pay a working salary or NIL salary to its players. We're calling college football next. It's R&R here on 94.1, San Antonio's Sports Star. Connecticut water softener in my home is something that, it just seemed like the thing to do when the place was built. You put it in there and you don't ever worry about your Connecticut again. They say it. I believe it. Connecticut water softener is the last water softener you're ever going to own. I'll tell you why, because quite frankly, I haven't had any problems. And when I signed the deal, the warranty, I knew once they explained to me, apples to apples is the best I'd ever seen. So you combine that with the ability to take care of what needs to be taken care of with my water softener. I'm on a well. I got a lot of stuff coming up that well, and I'll tell you what, my Connecticut is taking care of everything. My dishes aren't white and flaky. My skin isn't dry. My hair's doing fine. My whites stay white. It's not something I even think about. If you've ever opened your dishwasher and seen white on your glass, you need to call 656 Pure. If you've ever stepped out of the shower and felt just too dry, you need to call 656 Pure. If you've ever had to change out your shower head or your sink because there wasn't any water flow, oh my goodness, you better call Connecticut at 656 Pure. And if you do that today, how about 90 days free of charge, no commitment? You can find out for yourself, find out what I'm telling you is actually true. That's right, 90 days in your home. That's what Connecticut does to prove it to you that they do, in fact, have the best. More details, go to ConnecticutSA.com. Sing it while you type it. You know what I'm talking about. But at the end of the day, you very rarely have an opportunity to get the very best, and Connecticut is just that. Call them today. They'll have one in your home before you know it. And I know you're going to be thanking me later.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's Sunday Night Football. The Cowboys and Eagles. Nothing better on a Sunday night beginning at 6.
Deep down the right side. Oh, it's caught at the 45, 40, Pollard, 20. Good night, nurse.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
For over 17 years, the award-winning legal team at George Salinas Injury Lawyers has been representing personal injury victims all across Texas. Have you been injured in an accident? George Salinas is ready to represent you with free consultations, 24/7 availability, and no attorney fees unless we win. George Salinas Injury Lawyers will help you get the results you need so you can focus on recovery. If you've been injured, one call could change your entire case. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers, 210-225-0909, or visit georgesalinas.com.
George gets justice. Your brain is an amazing thing, but as you get older, it naturally begins to change, causing a lack of sharpness or even trouble with recall. Thankfully, the breakthrough in Prevagen helps your brain and actually improves memory. The secret is an ingredient originally discovered in jellyfish. Based on a clinical study of subgroups of individuals who are cognitively normal or mildly impaired, Prevagen has been shown to improve memory. A Pharmacy Times National Survey of Pharmacists rated Prevagen the #1 pharmacist-recommended memory support brand for the 5th year in a row. You can find it in the vitamin aisle in stores everywhere without a prescription. Help your memory. Try Prevagen today. Prevagen. Healthier brain, better life. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
You don't just provide cookie-cutter portfolios?
No, we tailor our clients' portfolios to their goals and needs.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We're a fiduciary, the highest standard of care for a financial advisor. It means we're obligated to act in our clients' best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, we have one transparent management fee structured, so we do better when our clients do better.
Sounds like you really look out for your clients.
We do, because our priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
94.1.
Yeah. Gone on you with the pick and roll. Young the flame, he in sicko mode.
It's R&R here on San Antonio's Sports Star. Hey, you want to stay with us for the rest of the day if you are a wrestling fan. I got WWE Monday Night Raw tickets that I will be giving away in just under an hour.
Raw?
That's Raw. R&R. They're coming March the 4th to our Frost Bank Center. And just about,
what you want to do?
I'm going to say about 7:45, right when we get ready to talk.
8:45.
8:45. We're going to be talking.
Don't take
with
us
Dr.
backwards,
Garrett.
Rob.
No, we got to spring forward though. Our clock will be different tomorrow.
Yeah, we don't start till 7.
This will be, well, for you guys, it'll still be 6, but us, the time change is going to
still the same.
We're headed to Boston tomorrow. If anybody's from Boston, I'm looking for great lobster roll. I guess they're probably everywhere, like tacos, but I don't want to go to the touristy place.
No, I want to go to where the people from there go.
I'd like to see the lobster literally coming out of the water and screaming as it's thrown into the water.
Wow. YouTuber Raul Flores leaving for Boston tomorrow. Hope to see y'all there. Go Navy, beat Army.
There we go.
Shout out to Raul.
The quest to sing second. You're going to hear that a lot as the last regular season football game of the college season will be Saturday, the traditional Army-Navy game. We're going to be there all week long, bringing you the pageantry as best we can. It's certainly a wonderful experience. And as things remain the same at Army and Navy, they've been getting paid forever. Those guys get a check.
Do they?
Yeah, they get a check.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, after you're a junior, you've already joined. You had to make a decision around the rest of the country that if you're an ROTC for the 4th year, by the time you're a junior, you've already joined. They're paying you. You're in it to win.
I did not know that.
You don't have to join if you're an ROTC other schools, but in the academy,
Oh yeah, you got to pay your dues.
You're getting back, but they have been getting a paycheck. They could get a check and go out and buy a hamburger, maybe not enough to get a car, pay insurance like Coach Traylor would be the minimum. The NCAA yesterday announced that they would like to see universities pick up the tab out of the non-academic funds and pay the players from their account instead of passing it along to the boosters and the collectives.
Or the car dealership.
Yeah, the boosters and the collectives.
Yeah, whoever.
So they would like the NCAA said, you know what, it's time. Universities can pay. There should be no limit. You can adjust that number accordingly to the university as long as it's not taking out of academic funds. And there is a 50% split, or at least a split with Title IX. You have to continue to abide by Title IX. That's huge news. And
especially for the ladies.
And for those that have a problem with this, think about the benefit to the ladies programs if you're forced to continue to do so, it'll continue to augment the ladies program.
Because that means if Oregon throws in $40 million, 20 got to go to the ladies.
And if UTSA might have been able to pay out of the fund plus go shop NILs for the Defensive Player of the Year in the AAC, Mr. Moore might not be shopping his services.
Yeah, I got to take on Trey Moore when we get back at the top.
We got a lot of college football to talk about. We got injuries to get to as well, and I've got tickets to give away. So your job is to subscribe and like and sit where you are, because we'll be right back. It's R&R on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Now is the best time to buy a Connecticut water softener. With current models being closed out to make way for the new ones, you can save big. Call Connecticut at 656-PURE and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you. That's 656-PURE.
There are good gifts, and then there are great gifts. I just shopped at Kohl's, and let me tell you, I found some really great gifts. And all for less, like 50% off Cuddle Duds bedding, a Ninja Blast portable blender for under $60, and 30% off toys. Then I got 20% off some of my finds, and I earned Kohl's Cash. Don't just take it from me. Hurry to Kohl's to get the best gifts for everyone on your list. Select styles, toys, coupons do not apply. Some exclusions apply. Offers end December 6th. 20% off valid through December 10th. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides 24/7 compassionate support and connection to trained counselors. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. Their line works. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, just call, text, or chat 988.
If you're hit by a car, truck, or commercial vehicle, you need help with vehicle repairs, car rental, medical care, Davis Law Firm can help get your life back on track. For over 25 years, we have secured important verdicts and settlements for our clients, some in the millions of dollars. I'm Jeff Davis. If you were in a car or truck wreck or hit by a commercial vehicle, call the Fours right now. Call me at 444-4444. You got it. There's only one number to remember, and that's 4. Attorney consultation by appointment only. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio. Davis Law Firm is a proud official partner, personal injury attorney of the San Antonio Spurs.
It's the most wonderful time of the year at San Antonio's Card House, the premier card house in San Antonio at 281 and Bitters. It's Christmas time, so what better way to celebrate than giving away $125K? That's what they do every month. Going on from now all the way through December 31st, 17 hot seats drawn per day. every hour on the hour from 9 a.m. all the way through 1 a.m. From 1 a.m. to 9 a.m., you got your Royal Flush for $300, straight flush for $150, quads for $75. Also 1 a.m. to 9 a.m., you got your bomb pots, 5-card Royal or straight flush, $50 time. And of course, you know you got the multipliers. But you know the motto, you got to play to get the pay with the multipliers. From 100 to 149 hours is 2 times, and anything over 150 hours is 3 times. So get in the SA Card House. That's SA Card House 125K giveaway from now all the way through December 31st. SA Card House at 281 and Bitter.
Imagine it's the last ride, but your symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, are taking you for a ride. What should you do? Keep managing your constipation with belly pain the same old way? Or try getting ahead of your symptoms by talking to your doctor about treating it with Linzess, linaclotide. Linzess is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Imagine, what could relief from IBS-C mean for you? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Over the past decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. Football, basketball, all the UFC fights. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Celebrating 10 years in business, the Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant there at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, your home for Monday Night Football. KTFM Floresville, San Antonio's Sports Center.
Spurs return to action after a few days off, trying to snap this 14-game losing streak against the Wolves. Tip-off is set for 6:30. The Blitz will get you ready for things at 5:30 for game night San Antonio. Also, Texas Tech quarterback Tyler Show will be transferring to Louisville. He turns 25 next September, and the portal is wide open, and it hit the UTSA Roadrunners hard.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh, my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake me up, wake up, wake me up. So wake me up, wake up.
Rob Thompson,
Ginobili the other way in transition to the left-hand slam. I want some nasty.
Rudy J,
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I piss excellent.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
This is R&R in the morning, a Wednesday edition, a Wednesday at 8 o'clock edition. He is Rudy. I am Rob. Easy E. Edwin Hafner taking us all the way till 10 o'clock. This hour, we're looking at the tourney, which is living up to all expectations, I think, and not a completely surprising cast of characters heading into the semifinals. Let's talk about that right now. We'll talk NFL power rankings, Dak for MVP, and Zach Wilson. Does he or does he not want to play? Aaron Rodgers comes to the rescue, kinda.
Yeah, well, he's defending the guy that, he's pretty much made a lifelong backup, but okay. It's noble, but it's also nonsense, but okay.
It felt like a little bit of Laker love last night in the NBA. If you weren't watching, the Lakers were taking on the Phoenix Suns late in the game. It's 105-103. Austin Rivers has the ball just outside the three-point line, gets doubled. Ball gets tipped away. At that moment, it appears that Vogel has called a timeout.
Well, LeBron
calls a timeout, and they didn't have control of the ball.
Yeah, the ball was already rolling. We have camera.
It was obviously a loose ball. a mistake was made. I don't like you could see the ref, the look in his eyes, the guy that made the call. The post game, they said he had appeared. He thought he had control. Well, obviously you thought, or you engineered the fact that they did. But the scarier fact is the Lakers are winning. And they're not doing it.
They're all right. They're 13-9.
I mean, but they're winning this. You know what I mean?
In-season
they're not
tournament.
doing it in the early season, but they're winning the games that kind of matter because of LeBron and Anthony Davis. Davis missed a free throw that would have iced it last night, and I think he kind of felt like, oh crap, I might have just lost the game, as you can see by the post game HUD afterwards.
Well, props to KD though. I've said this for years. Like, your quarterback throws 2 interceptions. Your receiver drops a wide open 3rd and 6. Your linebackers are missing tackles. Your DBs are getting burned. Then the ref misses a call in the 4th quarter and everybody loses their bleep. Like just totally erasing all the mistakes that the players made. The Phoenix Suns had 22. Those are Spurs numbers. For a vet, like the Spurs have an excuse. Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, if Vogel has a ring, y'all guys had 22 turnovers. We're not blaming the refs. While did they miss one? Yes. But Kevin Durant had 5 turnovers himself. We're not going to blame the refs. I hate blaming the refs for losses. Do the refs have an impact on the game? Yes. But so do the players. But be clear, Rob, the refs missed that. He should have not been granted that timeout. But no, we're not blaming the refs for that.
No, they lost the game.
Absolutely.
They turned the ball over and lost the game. Now, did they get jobbed out of one specific play? Yes.
It does hurt when it's crucial. But, I mean, Kevin Durant also came down and shot a 3-foot air ball that would have tied the game. Like, he missed it by 3 feet.
What bothers me about KD, and it ain't what he said post-game, because he was measured and absolutely correct in his response. We lost the game. I'm not going to blame that weird timeout, turnovers, yada, yada. We got to continue to improve and all that. There's that guy, which is this, the old NBA salt who's been around and done it long enough to know exactly what this thing is. And then there's the old burner account KD. It's like Jekyll and Hyde.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that Hyde is still a thing anymore, that he might still be using burner accounts. Is he? Do you think he's still?
Oh, he does. He admits it.
Okay.
He admits it.
So, you hear these measured response in the post loss. You're like, that's so pro, that's the dude. He gets it. And then he went home last night and crept and, started flashing some stuff on the socials that wasn't him.
And then there's also Kevin maybe didn't want to go to Vegas. Well, there's that side of it. But the scary thing, though, Rob, from last night, 31, 8, 11, 5 steals, 39 years old next week, year 21. Is he still the top 5?
Oh, yeah.
Is LeBron still? Are we? Wait,
he's still,
count your 5. Count your 5 and put LeBron in there, and then we can have this discussion.
Let's see.
Joker. Let's get
Giannis,
out the way.
Joker, Giannis, right off the top.
Luka.
We're starting to get a little skinny before I get to LeBron.
Ant-Man.
Yeah, on his way, but I don't know.
Tatum.
Oh, Tatum. I'm sorry. Tatum's
4.
There's 4. Dame.
Embiid.
No, because I think Joker's better. So I'm talking
about 5.
Well,
we're just talking about 5.
Well, yeah, Embiid.
Embiid 5.
Right.
But
I would put LeBron right there next to Embiid. I mean,
he's still top 5.
Outside looking in.
So where would you put him, Edwin? I trust
he's
you.
He's top 10 for sure.
Well, surely top 10.
I'd put Jokic, Giannis, Steph.
But Steph is not still top 5. Steph's not still top 5.
I think he is.
Okay.
That's only 3.
He's in the discussion
Tatum.
with Steph, Tatum, and Luka.
KD not in there?
No.
Devin not in there?
No. Devin's soft.
Dame? Oof. I'm just trying to give us some of the stars across the league.
I was just trying to think after I saw that last night. I was like, man, is LeBron still a top? Maybe is LeBron still a top 5 player?
In my mind, he is. I'm treating him as such.
So this is my beg. This is my once or twice a week I beg for things. This is gonna be my day I beg for something.
All right.
Pacers, Bucks, Pelicans. Y'all got one job: to save us from the LeBron Slurper Nation of putting another meaningless feather in their caps to
justify
LeBron being the GOAT. The last thing I need to hear from LeBron slurpers is him winning this gosh darn tournament. Now, I'm into the tournament, but you wanted me to tell you, you want me to come on this airways screaming that this tournament is stupid and doesn't matter? Only way that happens is if the Lakers win it. If the Lakers win it, the tournament's stupid. They should do away with it. It means nothing. If they don't win it, this was great. If the Lakers don't win it, I'm like, this tournament was great. The players were into it. Adam Silver hit a home run, but if LeBron wins it, I can't deal with LeBron. Look, it is nothing against you, LeBron. That suit you had on last night was fantastic, my brother. You probably the
was
best.
it?
That was fire.
Okay.
Probably the best dressed NBA player of all time. If he wins this tournament, I promise you, Rob, I won't be here the next day. And I will log off of all of my socials because I will have to deal with the LeBron Slurper Nation. So let's look at the top 5. Right now they have Joke, Steph. Who is this according to, though?
The Steph Curry fan club.
The Ringer.
The Ringer. Okay, I like the Ringer. Joker, Steph, Embiid, Giannis, Luka, Tatum, Devin, Shea, Durant, LeBron at 10.
I'll buy that. And Prince is evidently at 11. No,
I can't deal with LeBron fans if they win this tournament. I swear to God, I'm gonna come on these airways saying the tournament's stupid.
But as far as needing to convince me that he's the best, I'm starting to be worn down. I am.
What are you saying? What are you saying? Say it with your chest,
point,
Rob.
I can no longer justify it because he's still here and he's still a top 10 player. Michael wasn't even close to a top 10 player at the end. I mean, he was a shadow of what he was by the time he left with the Wizards. I mean,
well, he didn't have an Anthony Davis.
Regardless, my perception of what Jordan did at the end was, bless his heart. He's still around.
We got 2 young guys in the room, Rob.
And LeBron is still winning, man.
Is LeBron the GOAT? Digital dude?
Yeah.
See? Digital dude. How old are you, digital dude? Digital dude, 26. Edwin's 27. Who's your GOAT?
Mike.
Okay. That means you were raised right.
I'm still with Mike, but I'm telling you, I'm to the point. If he keeps
Rob,
doing
but
this,
see, you can't still be with Mike.
Well,
if you're still with Mike right now, then it's Mike.
But in my heart of hearts, that will always be Michael Jordan. But I will not be able to reasonably argue with LeBron fan for much longer. I mean, he'll just keep leading scorer in the history of the league. Okay. Rings with most teams, most points, most minutes, MVP of the midseason tournament, something Michael could have never done. So now you add one more thing onto the list. At some point you go, yeah, but Michael's just better.
Robert Alexander, YouTube, please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't. Halliburton is really good, Robert. But let's calm down.
You coming, but he ain't.
Let's calm down. Juan Garcia, De'Aaron Fox is top 5.
Let's
calm down.
There.
Not top 5. Calm down, fellas. They come. Look, the league is in good hands. I will say that. If you're not paying attention, which y'all aren't, and I get it, you shouldn't be. Football is king. 17.5 million people watch Alabama, Georgia. Football is NFL, then college, then maybe NBA. Maybe. I have to look at the numbers. But if you're not paying attention to the NBA, which you're not, there are some great, great young players.
We'll get to see one tonight as Anthony Edwards plays host to the Spurs. And what do we have Edwards on this list?
They had him at 14.
About 14? Well, he's got to have to do something. But as far as sheer skill and ability to take over a game, the last 6 months, he is a different player.
On this list on the Ringer, they have Fox ahead of Lillard. Not so fast, my friend, as Lee Corso would say. Not so fast.
Kawhi
17.
Still holding
Kawhi? How do you get in the top 25 and you don't play?
Well, he's the bear. And you
don't. You leave Greg Popovich alone, Rob.
Did you hear Silver? Silver was on Sirius.
What did Adam
XM,
Silver say about Pop?
And his justification.
For what?
Well, they asked him, what do you think about Pop grabbing the mic? And this is not verbatim, not a quote because it's not in front of me. But essentially what Silver said was, well, he's been down there a long time. And he's got a very special relationship with his fans. So, some got quieter, some got louder. I mean, it didn't mean that he did it. But he kind of blew it off like, yeah, that's Pop being Pop. See. And San Antonio loves him for that. So he can get away with it.
What's unfortunate, that just shows me that Adam Silver doesn't listen to our show because he would know that the fans did not agree with this at all. He doesn't listen to the Blitz or R&R the Morning because he would know that this is one of the few times, other than 2016, where the fans strongly disagreed with Pop.
David Carr went through a lot as a professional football player. I mean, he got beaten and battered for a long time. So maybe there's some justification into his belief in Marcus Mariota and the Care Bears. I don't know. But there's something about Mariota that Carr likes. We're going to hear from Carr and his thoughts on who should be the starting quarterback there in Philadelphia. The power rankings are in, and we're going to talk that top 5. Dak's an MVP candidate, and Zach Wilson, does he or does he not want to play? Aaron Rodgers talks about it. That's the kind of stuff that goes into our gumbo. So hold on tight. It's time to eat. We'll be right back. It's R&R, and you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Speaking of time to eat, Twin Peaks is waiting on you, and it's the holiday season, and you want to talk about a snazzy gift to take care of them that you love. Head over to Twin Peaks right now and bring the crew for a holiday celebration. And while you're there, grab a Twin Peaks gift card for all those that you love. I'll tell you what, I bet your postal service dude would love a Twin Peaks card, and I bet those people pick up your trash would like to have one as well. What a great stocking stuffer to the friends that you like. And I'll tell you what, for them that you want to impress, a Twin Peaks card at work certainly is a way to pass through the Yuletide season. What I'm saying is it's an easy gift to give that will pay you back. You go buy a gift card in the stores through December the 24th, and you'll score a bonus card for yourself that you can use throughout the month of January. So you talk about the season of giving. You can give to them and give to us all at the same time. Head over to Twin Peaks. You know the eats are always spectacular. And during the holiday season, it'll be warm and toasty in there with the favorite sports and games and everything you want on all the many TVs. Eats are good. The drinks are outstanding. But why do we go? It's those beautiful scenic views.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on the Blitz, yeah, Texas is back. They made the college football playoff, and I know one Bob Ballou and Jason Minix are very happy about that. We'll talk to Bob at 4:15.
Plus, Jane Slater joins us at 5 as you get ready for Cowboys and Eagles coming up this Sunday. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collisions since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney, an attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
Get the home field advantage every time with Fairfield by Marriott, official hotel partner of the NCAA. Whether you're a student athlete working toward your championship dreams or your team's biggest fan, Fairfield by Marriott has everything you need to get ready for game day. From comfortable guest rooms to complimentary hot breakfast, Fairfield is part of the Marriott Bonvoy portfolio of hotels and official hotel partner of the NCAA. Visit fairfield.marriott.com to book your next game day stay.
O'Reilly! The O'Reilly Auto Parts Holiday Gift Guide is here. If you're struggling with gift ideas, we have several options for gifts under $20, like a digital tire gauge, screwdriver sets, LED work lights, and more. Our professional parts people will help you pick out the perfect gift for that hard-to-buy-for person. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts or shop O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
My car.
But what you really need to say is something that can actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And just like that, State Farm is there to help you file your claim right on the State Farm mobile app. So just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Joe Reinagle here. I want to tell you about something that has completely changed my life. I had vision correction surgery at Parkhurst New Vision. The results are amazing. The readers are a thing of the past. Hey, if you're like me and tired of those glasses, call Parkhurst New Vision at 210-585-2020. They offer a variety of services like vision correction surgery. So call Parkhurst New Vision, 210-585-2020, or get them online at sanantoniolasik.com.
When you or someone you know is going through the process of being accused of a crime, you need a team to help you protect your innocence. Who better to fight for you than former prosecutors, now defense lawyers, that know the justice system? The LaHood Norton Law Group will defend your freedom. When you choose us, you choose honest, aggressive, trusting, expert, and fearless representation. If you need help, you need the LaHood Norton Law Group on your side.
Good morning, everybody. Jason Minix here from the Blitz, starting at 2 o'clock today. Of course, Cowboys-Eagles week. We continue the conversation. James Slater from the NFL Network joins us at 5 o'clock. Longhorns getting ready for the playoffs. We'll talk about it with Bob Ballou from KI Television in Austin. He joins us at 4:15. Rob, Rudy, safe travels up to Boston today. Hope you have a coat ready.
Yeah, when we land, it's 20s.
Dusting of snow, we were told.
But what I'm told is we'll have a car service with our names. I can't wait to get that on my TikTok. My name on that thing says Rudy and Rob. We await your chariot.
They hold the sign.
Yeah, dude.
Dude in the black jacket and the sunglasses.
You know I'm tiki-talking that.
That's when you strut off the airline. Yes, we matter.
That's when I know that I've lost all my marbles, when I'm thinking of what I'm going to post. That's when this world has taken over your soul.
Well, some would say you have swallowed the blue pill.
Yeah, I guess.
You are now seeing code falling all around you.
Oh, I got no kids. I got blue pills.
Well.
No kids? I'm taking as many blue pills as
That's all I need. You just got to.
We're not sharing a room, are we?
You and I?
Yeah.
Why? Why do you ask? You a little worried?
You're taking it back to college days when you just like, hey, shh.
I'm going to go downstairs for a little while.
Yo, this is going down.
I'm going to go downstairs for a little while.
Just be quiet.
We're going to talk Trevor's ankle in a couple of minutes with Dr. Jason Garrett.
Y'all are laughing because y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we all know. But drop off line. No, it's done. That's done. Let's talk. I want to do this Derek Carr thing because this is the dumbest damn thing I've seen all day.
Yeah.
David Carr, former punching bag in the NFL.
Dude got sacked 77 times his rookie year. Ruined his life.
It did. And what could have been an upstanding and solid career ended with him just getting on his ass over and over, just knocked till he was completely out of the league. He's a radio host now. And he was talking quarterbacks with the Philadelphia. I don't know how we got to where we were. How did we get to the point where Carr was saying what he's saying? So let's play what he has to say and try to figure out exactly where his justifications for this are.
You have to have a serious conversation if you're Philly, and you have to really say, is it better for us to play Marcus Mariota right now and let Jalen get fully healthy? Because I would argue that it does not matter if you're the number 1 seed. Because if the 49ers come in again, they do not care. They do not care. If raining in Philly, doesn't matter. But irrelevant.
You're the coach. You're Nick Sirianni. You go up to Jalen Hurts. He's like, dude,
that's
I can play, coach.
Conversation.
I can play. How are you going to tell me after I just got paid? We do all of this stuff. I'm in the MVP runner. We just had a board up there reading his MVP odds, and now you're going to telling me to sit.
Big picture, brother. Like you have to do. Like if you're Nick Sirianni, this is the type of decision and conversation you have to have if you have a big picture mentality. And I think you can have that conversation honestly with Jalen. And if you set him down, that's all Jalen talks about. is the end result and getting to the Super Bowl and winning that thing. The best way we can do it, they didn't run the football at all with him. Twice? That's not it, man. That's not the winning edge. Put Marcus in there, win a couple games. Maybe you have the number 1 seed still. You might have it. I'd say he's probably better at playing quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. Right now, he would be more productive.
Hey, well, look, he had a point all the way up until the last part of the take when he said, right now he'd be a better quarterback option than Jalen Hurts. I see where he was going, but no, David, not if he's healthy. In basketball, sure. Baseball, sure. Sit him a couple games. This is the NFL. Every game counts, and trust me. Did David Carr not see what happened to Philly in Philly? If you got to go to San Francisco, and depending on what happens this Sunday when they go to Dallas, I know for a fact, let's just leave Dallas out of it. I know for damn sure Sirianni and Jalen Hurts don't want to have to go to the Bay. Now, they did go to the Bay last year and knock Purdy out of the game. But after what I just saw, you want no parts of that team, San Francisco, in San Francisco. So I get where he's coming from, but if he clears concussion protocol, David Carr has lost all of his mind.
Well, he's the guy, keep in mind, when you talk concussion protocol,
he would have lived
his picture is in the dictionary next to concussion protocol.
Yeah, no, David.
So I get the fact that he's extra sensitive, and if Jalen is dealing with any kind of concussion syndromes, Carr is the one guy who goes, don't play, dude.
Yeah.
It could get bad. Every now and then they turn on the microwave, I forget my name for a little while. Don't play if you're kind of hurt.
No.
So I get why he's protecting him. To say that is dumb. Didn't Marcus Mariota just quit on Atlanta last year? Like, thanks, I'm out.
Well, if a deep dive, as Rob calls it, when you do a deep dive, they were insensitive to him having his first child. It's had something to do with him. He was about to have his baby.
Generational thing to me where I don't understand you when you talk like that.
He was about to have his baby, and they were like, oh, well, if you don't show up, then you're not the starter. And he was like, dude, I'm about to go and have my first kid. So it was it was a weird situation. He didn't pull a Petrino. Petrino just up and left Atlanta in the middle of the night.
You can call me later. You can forward my check to my lake house. I'm not coming into work today.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I know where it is. I'm just not coming.
Yeah, it wasn't that.
The term, is it called the chin strap? What is it called with the ankle now? What do they call it?
Tightrope.
Tightrope. Trevor might have a tightrope surgery. We're going to talk about that with Dr. Jason Garrett as they try to figure out how they can get Trevor back in as quickly as possible. And when we talk injuries, we talk with the very best of getting him fixed. And that's the guys from Arasti. We're going to talk that next. And also, I got some tickets to give away, but the college football world's about to take another serious alteration into how they treat their players. We'll tell you how that could happen very soon next. This is R&R, and you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
golfcluboftexas.com. You need to go there right now if you want to play some golf this weekend, because I'm telling you, I just went out there this past Sunday. Tee time was about 7:30. Parking lot already full to the rim, and they had a tournament right behind us and more tee times right behind them. So when you want to play on the weekend at the best golf course in all of San Antonio, you go to golfcluboftexas.com and book your tee time right now. I was playing this past Sunday. My buddy in my cart turns to me and says, man, this course is in fantastic shape. I was like, you know what? You're damn right. And I'm going to talk about it all week long. The fairways, the greens. The greens were lovely. Now, if you could putt like me, it helps out. I was leaving tap ins all day long because those greens are in great shape. When the greens are in great shape, I am a putting machine, and I displayed that on Sunday. And you could do the same at golfcluboftexas.com. And after that, you go have yourself a nice little lunch at the best sit-down restaurant on that side of town. And if you want to get some sunshine, get your grounding in, and you got the football games on right outside the 10 Cup bar, and you can see so far. I'm talking about you can see miles and miles and miles. They've done such a great job with the 10 Cup bar. So inviting, such a great experience. So you got a bar, you got a lit putting green, you got a lit driving range, you got football, you got great food, and you great golf. So if you don't believe me, at golfcluboftexas.com. That's the Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's Sunday Night Football. The Cowboys and Eagles. Nothing better on a Sunday night beginning at 6.
Deep down the right side. Oh, it's caught at the 45, 40, Pollard, 20. Good night, nurse.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey folks, Steve Brent's here at beautiful Winans Creek Ranch in Bandera, inviting you to our holiday land sale event going on right now. It's the best time of the year to get an incredible deal on a gorgeous 10 to 15 acre luxury ranch home site here at Winans Creek. Take advantage of deep discounts and terrific bank and special below market seller financing. Plus, ask us about our closing cost bonus offers, saving you even more during our sale. Winans Creek features secluded private settings, spectacular 30-mile views, a gorgeous creekfront park, as well as paved roads, high-speed internet, electric, and more. Plus, Winans qualifies for low ag exempt taxes. The rush of the holidays will be here soon, but there's still time to get a great deal on your 10 to 15 acre luxury ranch home site you've always dreamed of. So come out and see me today at Winans Creek Ranch, and we'll help put together an incredible deal that will make your holidays bright. Give us a call at 866-952-6323 or go to WinansCreekRanch.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Make holiday magic this year with something beautiful and timeless from Diamonds Direct. A stunning eternity band, a pair of classic diamond stud earrings, something new and eye-catching from a world-class designer. Or maybe you're looking for that perfect engagement ring or a fabulous timepiece. At Diamonds Direct, we have the perfect gifts for the season, starting at around $300. Come and let our experts help you pick out that headliner gift. Or for some fabulous ideas, see the online seasonal gift guide now at diamondsdirect.com. You can even chat now with a virtual assistant for the ultimate convenience. Whether you connect online or in person, you're guaranteed to get the extraordinary value, ironclad warranties, and white glove service Diamonds Direct is known for. And to help make your purchase even more affordable, we've got special financing so you can spread out your payments. Get directions, details, special showroom hours, and our holiday gift guide now at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
We're here with Jose Rios, attorney at the Gomez Law Firm. If you are injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, Jose, what's the first thing our listeners should do?
The first thing they should do is pick up the phone, call the Gomez Law Firm, or Google joegomezlaw.com.
Gomez Law has been protecting the people of our community for almost 50 years. They're the leader in personal injury law.
We do ride-sharing cases. We do carbon monoxide cases, 18-wheeler cases. Obviously, we've done those for very many years. Work injuries.
But that's not all your firm does, Jose. Tell us a little more about other cases Gomez Law takes on and wins here in Texas.
Really, anything that involves a personal injury and a third party that is responsible for causing that injury, we will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then you need to visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
It's almost that time. Home for the holidays. Get your mortgage or rent paid for an entire year. Increase your chance of winning by also getting your friends entered socially. Make this holiday season the best ever. Just visit sasportstar.com and get signed up. One national winner could win up to $18,000 and pay their rent or mortgage in 2024. Official rules and sign up at sasportstar.com. R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's R&R.
I want to show the haters love too. Shout out to the haters. Y'all move the needle.
No, don't shout out to me.
I embrace it.
I don't.
I got cursed out. I got cursed out a couple times yesterday in our comment section for saying that for my Arch Manning Ewers take. Like they talked to me crazy.
Well,
and I said thanks for the feedback.
Yes, we appreciate your passion. Keep the music playing. Keep the music playing, as it were. You know, to keep the music playing on a college football campus, you have got to have lots and lots of money. The stacks go deep because you got a lot of people to pay. And we've heard coaches complain. Jeff Traylor has been front and center like this is just flat out wrong. It's just wrong. And but now it went from I'm being poached to have you noticed that Coach Traylor has gone that now Zachary Franklin, former wide receiver with UTSA that went to Mississippi State, he's now a cautionary tale.
Ole Miss, but same thing.
I'm sorry,
whatever. Mississippi.
Yeah, he's a cautionary tale. Sometimes what looks good ain't necessarily good for you. So now he's throwing out the cautionary tale.
Yeah, he's throwing it out there, but and this comes up because we all saw the announcement yesterday. Trey Moore linked the Twitter post saying, "Hey, you know what? When life challenges you, you accept the challenge," and he's moved into the portal. I know I saw Don Harris tweet that the SEC and Big Ten, there were some SEC teams and Big Ten teams offering high six figures for Trey.
As they should be.
Yeah. This is what I'll say about Trey. First of all, shout out to you and your family. Go get as much money as you can. But I will say this: in as great as he is, as great as Trey Moore is, and I stress great with a capital G, he's a guy in the SEC and the Big Ten. In the AC, he's probably a first-round pick. Ask Marcus Davenport. Marcus Davenport went 14th overall to the New Orleans Saints from right here in a much less visible UTSA football team, Rob. I don't even think they were Conference USA at that time.
No, they were. It was Frank Wilson's early time.
Yeah, they weren't even Conference USA. Went 14th overall from little old UTSA when they didn't even have this type of spotlight. So again, now if it's about making money right now, Rob, transfer portal is the best place for Trey Moore. If it's about the longevity and getting first round slated money, and I don't know if Trey Moore fan listens to the show. I'm not saying that he's still not going to be a first round pick when he goes to a Big Ten team or SEC team. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, I look at DeMarcus Ware, Troy. What I'm saying is, it doesn't matter where you go. If you're a first round, if you get in the first round, you can make money for a really, really long time. That's all I'm saying. The transfer portal isn't always as glamorous as it seems. Like you've made your mark on the college football world. A lot of people have you as an NFL player. If you're just chasing the money right now, yeah, go Big Ten, SEC. But if you're talking about making, possibly getting into the league for 5 to 10 years, and being a first round pick, I think the best place would have been for him to stay here at UTSA. But that's just my humble
NFL
opinion.
Scouts know where UTSA Boulevard is. Tariq Woolen is a
there you go, Rob. Fourth round pick.
They know how to
get
the roads. They know how to land in San Antonio and go bring their stopwatch. They know where they are. We were standing when Woolen was there. Remember who was standing there from the Texans?
Sirianni. I know Caserio.
Caserio was in the building. They know how to find UTSA. Don't worry about that. Now, but that. Hey, go get paid.
What do you think?
Get paid. Get your money.
I agree.
Now, how about if Charlie Baker is the new president of the NCAA? He sent a letter out yesterday to 350 of the high D1 schools saying, I would like to create a new tier in college sports where everybody in this tier, if you decide, will pay its players out of their own budgets with at least $30,000 a year coming through a trust fund developable, yada, yada, yada. Players paid by the schools they are attending, not by the collectives, not by the NILs for car dealers or whatever it is. That's another thing they can go get. But every player in this new tiered Division I would get $30,000 minimum. Sounds pretty good, right?
Yeah. No, it sounds great.
He also
talk about, when you talk about trailer, talking about a car, insurance, and a cell phone, I think that would cover it.
Not a bad gig. And that also includes room, board.
Now, every school ain't going to be able to do this.
No. Also, as a benefit, offer unlimited educational benefits. Like, you sign with us. We don't care if you stay with us and end up being a doctor. It's all free. You can get your master's.
Even after the fact.
You can just stay with us.
Interesting.
And you'll be able to go chase your licenses. And we will force you guys to abide by and stay with the Title IX ideas. So more money would be spent on Title IX.
Yeah, so this is the college itself. This is UTSA itself, Rob, putting money into a fund that they have to split up with the ladies, where it says Dellinger noted schools that opt into the system. So you don't even have to go into this system. Now, that's the key thing to this, Rob. Do I even go to the school?
That's what I'm asking you.
Do I even go to the school that hasn't opted into the system? And that's a big ask for Texas State or UTSA, for Dr. Lisa Campos, to put money into a fund that would guarantee $30,000 per year per athlete. That's a lot of money.
Division I football currently has 133 schools.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way all 133 will agree to pay $30,000 per student. It just won't happen. It's another way to start whittling the wheat from the chaff, those that want it from those that don't. There's not that Division II football, still good football. Even today, they're not getting scholarships there. They're getting grants and aid and everything else.
And this is just proposed, by the way.
This is just proposed and just the beginning, but it is worthy of following. This could be the answer to UTSA's problems, or it could be the very thing that prices them completely out of the market.
Ouch.
We'll continue to talk about that, but let's talk injuries with our favorite dude. Dr. Jason Garrett of Veracity joins us as we look at Jacksonville specifically. Dr. Garrett, first of all, how are you this week?
Things are good. How are you guys? I'm doing better than Trevor Lawrence.
There we go.
Damn.
You're not walking with a limp and a boot on?
No, definitely. They allegedly say it's a high ankle sprain, but he's day-to-day and still could play this weekend. If it's a high ankle sprain, there is zero chance he's playing. It could be an ankle sprain that has some swelling high up and some pain high up, but a true high ankle sprain, you're not coming back in 4 or 5 days.
Tell us the difference.
In 3 weeks.
Tell us the difference between high and low.
So true high ankle sprain, they're pretty rare. Obviously in the NFL, it's a little more common just because of the velocity and strength and power. The way his ankle did move is a lot of times how you do get a high ankle sprain. So I'm not saying he doesn't have one. And what happens is the bone that sits right above your heel bone, it's called your talus, it drives up between your tibia and your fibula, so 2 leg bones, and separates a really thick, dense membrane that holds those 2 bones together. So when it rips that membrane, every time you take a step, it re-tears, and it's extremely painful. It takes weeks to heal. Sometimes you have a surgery to put it back together to heal faster. You just don't come back from that. It's not like you rolled your ankle and you're going to tough it out. You literally, there's no possible way you can play if you have a true high ankle sprain.
Even if he's just plays statue quarterback.
No, I mean, you cannot put your weight on it. You saw when he first tried to stand up. If it is what it is, you put weight on it and it immediately crumpled. Most of the time when you sprain your ankle, it hurts like crazy. You can still put weight on it. If true ankle sprain, it's ripping that membrane. It's extremely painful and totally unstable.
Now, as we watch the discussion as how he's going to get back and when he's going to get back, the conversation about the new surgery on ankles, the tightrope. How would a tightrope help a high ankle as opposed to a low, or both? And how quickly is the return from a surgery like that? We saw Tua go through it a couple years ago.
Yeah, Tua came back pretty fast. I mean, he kind of re-injured it a little bit, but he was back 2 weeks afterwards. What they do is they go in and they suture together that membrane and give it the structural integrity that it needs. So instead of waiting 6 weeks for it to scar back down to heal properly, you're putting an artificial structure in there that holds it together, that if done correctly, if it's the right injury with the right person, you can literally come back in 2 weeks. Now, the problem with that is if you come back 2 weeks later and it's not an extremely important game, like a national championship, you risk undoing that and pretty much putting yourself back to square one. So you don't want to rush these back. You really want to be conservative with high ankle sprains. Even if they do surgery, you still got to be very careful because you got to think about 6 to 8 weeks from now, which is more important than 2 weeks from now.
Rookie wide receiver for the Texans, Tank Dell, broke his leg, Doc. Literally 2 days later, he was already under the knife. Sometimes I hear these guys 2 weeks. Sometimes I hear a month. How is he able to have the surgery 2 days after he breaks it?
So bone surgeries, you can have them right. The reason they do wait for some surgeries like the ACL, right? The reason they wait for those is there's a ton of swelling, and they want to get that swelling out so that they get the structures to go back to the proper place. So with an ACL surgery, usually you don't even schedule it for at least 3 weeks. You get their extension back, you get the swelling out. Whereas a broken bone, you're not really worried about the swelling because you're just lining up those pieces of bone, putting the screws in there, and holding them together. So very, very different from other injuries.
This is Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. He stops by every week. We talk injuries and how you get back in the game quickly with the likes of Arasti. Turning to baseball, Shohei Otani's name is now front and center in the negotiations, and obviously a role in that is the impending or maybe a need for Tommy John surgery, though not imminent for sure. They're saying he's going to bat. I still don't understand what they're doing with Otani. Is it waiting going to not need the surgery? If they wait, it'll be that newer version? Or what is the expectation with Otani taking a year off, not pitching, but still playing?
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. I think this has more to do with contracts and money, because anybody that has a Tommy John type injury should have already had the surgery. And it used to be 18-month recovery. Now it's as fast as 6 months if you can get the right kind of surgery based on where it's torn in your elbow. So, mostly the worst case scenario is a year out. So I don't know why, he tore his UCL quite a while ago. So I don't know what they're waiting on unless they just want a designated hitter. But in that case, you're wasting a huge talent for a year. So I'm not really sure what's going on there.
Doc, pro athletes are what? They're the 1%ers of the world. Let's talk about old men. All right. That we need to talk old men, lower back, knees, feet, with time. Keep time in mind. We all work, we got kids or whatever. Give us a routine for us that wake up and everything in the world sounds like it's breaking. What's a daily routine for bad feet, bad knees, lower back daily? Something we should do daily, no matter what, time permitting.
All right. So depending on your conditioning level, you want to take every joint that you have through as much healthy range of motion with some resistance as you can. So if you can do a body weight squat, do some air squats in the morning. If you can stretch your hip flexors and get in that kind of like a lunge stretch where you're stretching it out, really lengthen the muscles in the front of the hip, it'll take a ton of stress off your low back. Doing lunges itself, strengthening your glutes is so good for your low back, protecting it from the daily stress of sitting all day long. But generally, moving all your joints through compound functional movements, which is a very complicated sounding term, but really just doing normal range of motion. So everyone sits on the toilet every single day. That's a squat. If you can't sit on the toilet and get off, you got a big problem for a lifestyle. So do some air squats. Get your legs ready for that. Make sure your shoulders have full range of motion. If there's two things that you can make pretty much healthy, it's your shoulders and your hips. If your hips and your shoulders move well, everything else is going to follow suit. So at least start with those.
The lunges scare me, Doc. The lunges scare a lot of us, not me. I'm fine. I can lunge all day, but when you say lunge, that's a heck of an exercise, because I think for the most part, once we get up above 45 like I am, we're scared we're not going to come back up from that lunge.
Yeah, well, then there's ways. So everything is scalable, right? Now, I'm not talking about taking a 100-pound dumbbell and putting it on your shoulders and doing a lunge. So even a bodyweight lunge is a little scary for a lot of people, like you said.
That's
so
what I'm saying.
Is do a lunge next to a couch and hold your body weight on the couch and do a couple on the left side, turn around, hold your body weight now with your right arm and do a few more lunges. Just get to the point where you feel supported, safe, and not going to injure yourself. And then over time, use that couch a little less. Use a little bit less of the push off to where now you're just using your legs. And ideally with a lunge, you don't want to bend your knee too much past your ankle, and you want to be pushing through your heel and feeling the weight through your glutes, not through your quads.
So, I was taught the knee over the foot to stretch that hammer. You're leaning way into it and all that. That's a very difficult adjustment to get back from. As we talk about, and this has been key for me over the years, and one of the things that Rusty has taught me is it's not only about the workout, it's also about the recovery. And I think as much as we've seen improvements in prep for game and consistency of effort and maintaining a level standard throughout a season, so much of that has been in recovery. For those of us that are doing the daily mini workouts, what's your best advice for recovery and just keeping yourself ready for the next workout?
Probably the number one thing that most people don't do a good job of is getting good restful sleep. So not just laying in bed for 8 to 10 hours, but getting quality sleep. So if you have sleep apnea, if you snore, find a way to fix that. They've got mouth guards that basically stop you from snoring. This improvement in your body's ability to release growth hormone while you sleep. You wake up more rested, your body's more healed. Also, drink a lot more water. Most people don't drink nearly enough water. Get some electrolytes, because most of us probably sweat quite a bit. We don't put good electrolytes back in. So if I was going to do two things, if you drink more water sleep better. You just do those two things, you're going to have much better recovery than most people.
Ridiculously easy things. I don't need to jump into a cold tub every day, do I?
That helps. I've heard that's
over and
fantastic.
over. That's
Doc.
what everybody is telling me I need to do is the cold dip, which I thought I would never do again once I stopped, practicing on a daily basis.
Yeah, the cold plunges now are a little colder than they were in college. Usually at college ones like 55, 60 degrees with Whirlpool. Now they're getting them down to 35, 40 degrees where you submerge all the way up to your neck. And it does have tremendous health benefits.
See?
Most people, one, don't have the opportunity to do it. Two, the willpower. And three, just it's uncomfortable. You're not going to want to do it. So I would start with sleep and drinking water. And when those things get better, then start adding in the more challenging things to really start optimizing your health.
Does it have to be alkaline?
No, definitely. There's the whole thing with water is as soon as you drink it, it becomes acidic. Like there's no magic alkaline that makes you more alkaline. So that's one of the biggest scams of all time.
See, I knew it. I mean, Doc, I swear, there's people that swear by it. So it's a hoax. Like literally a bottle of water is like $5 when it's alkaline, whatever that means.
Yeah. As soon as you drink it, what your body does is it creates a homeostasis and it makes all the stomach acid in your stomach, makes that water acidic. So it's not getting in your bloodstream and reducing your chance of cancer and all the inflammation. It's just water.
It's just regular old water.
So awesome.
And all we need to improve is just regular old sweep, a little bit of cold water.
What about the faucet? You wouldn't recommend the faucet though, right?
No, faucet water can be pretty terrible. I think if you can drink purified water, that's much better.
Dude, I was raised on hose water. I mean,
but our water was better than in the 80s and 70s.
Didn't have the fluoride it does have in it right now. He is Dr. Jason Garrett. He can do plenty of squat for us. He's in better shape than we are. I will be standing next to my ballet bar doing my squats later on. Hey, Doc, it's always a pleasure talking with you. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you next.
All right, thanks, guys.
That's Dr. Jason Garrett of Arasti, and those little bits of advice they ring true, man.
Dude, I know, look, we love the pro athletes, Rob, but for most of us listening, we know our demographics. We're all going through, most of us are going through something where we wake up and just some days certain body parts don't want to go. Don't want to go. So I felt that it was only right every now and then we ask about the common man and what we can be doing. And Rudolph Gonzalez on YouTube says, we should start every show every morning with some calisthenics.
A little calisthenics 5-minute workout, YouTube, little stretcheroo, get it moving. You know what?
We should.
Our digital dude's sitting in a room right now. Maybe we could set up a small little room.
You think that's a good idea? I think it's actually a good idea.
Little pilates, a little
wake
yoga.
Everybody up. Wake everybody up. I mean, now I've never thought about jumping out of bed and doing some air squats.
Oh, for the love of God. The noise, the cracking and the sounds that would come out of my body. But it will wake
you up and get the blood flowing.
Shoot, it would get the blood flowing after I woke up from after I'd passed out.
Air squats are good though. You'd be sore. If you really do enough air squats, you're sore if you weigh enough.
See, some of us carry a little bit more of a load.
You know what I mean? The air squat's tougher for some of us because it's like a lot more to come back up.
As I've gotten older, I've gotten top heavy. I'm no longer a weeble. I fall over, man.
Start running. You fall.
I'm leaning into it, man. And I start running downhill. You better get out of the way because the brakes ain't gonna work.
Yeah,
I look like one of those runaway trucks that has to go up the sandbar on the side of the road on the other way.
Yeah,
that's me.
It's brutal.
My dog got off its leash night before last.
Yeah, you told me about this. What happened?
Well, it's the first time I'd run as fast as I could in, say, I don't know, a decade. I think I was running as fast as I could. I don't know.
I guarantee you it was a speed walk.
Man, well, in my mind,
you were running.
I looked like Usain Bolt. I even put my hands straight to cut through the air. Have you?
You're a pretty good dog trainer. What's your dog doing breaking away?
She's paid the price for the last two. Coyotes, man.
Has she been grounded?
Yeah. As the wounds on my legs heal as I went Ranger Rick.
You're a better dog owner than me because if I would have heard one coyote, that dog, she just would, I don't know, Rob. Yeah, look, even Ryan's like, yo, I love you. I love you, Avery.
I've got the shock collar because for training purposes. And it has three things. It has the sound, which helps you locate it when they're in the scrub. I can hear where she is. And then it has a vibrate on their neck to kind of warn them they might be doing something wrong. And then you can go to the shock. Every now and then I'd call her.
Email Rob. There's some people mad at you.
Every now and then I'd hit that button. You hear, yay! Like, there she is. She's over there.
I know you got some people mad at you right now.
Hey, that's the kind of thing that keeps your dog alive.
Hey, man.
Hey, you paddle your kid because they play in traffic. You paddle your kid because they wander off in the mall. You don't know who's going to take care of them. Yeah, sometimes. Ryan, you listening to me? All you young dads? Sometimes a little bit of prevention is worth the.
It's better than getting ran over by a truck.
Absolutely. Or bitten by a coyote.
Yeah, if it's between me and the coyote, if it's between me and the dog and the coyote, it's gonna be the dog.
Which way you gonna run?
It's gonna be the dog every time.
Hey, we want to thank Dr. Garrett for stopping by. We got a lot to talk about with the Cowboys. Hey, there's a lot of question regarding this defense. There is some concerns of what was supposed to be the highlight, the legendary part of this team. Not so much. How important is the defense? Have they been exposed over the last 15 weeks or 14 weeks? And is there reason to be concerned coming up on Sunday night? Can they continue to come up with the big plays? We're looking on the defensive side of the ball, and we're going to hear from its star player, Micah. And oh, by the way, congratulations to D-Law. We'll tell you why next. It's R&R, and you're on 94.1, a San Antonio Sports Star.
The entire crew at all 11 Ewell Kubota locations want to wish you and your family a very happy holiday season or Merry Christmas. But guess what? It is Christmas. You maybe need a little something for yourselves. They got huge savings still on those M-Series tractors. The compact tractors right now, listen to this. For people like Rob that got a bunch of land, or you got a little ranch, you need to help out around, maybe your uncle's or your grandfather's ranch. You got the compact tractors right now for 0 down and 0%. Guess what? For how long? 84 months. That's like a car lease. Now, until the perfect time is to invest in the tractor package, and it's going to include the trailer. So you go out there, you may just go out there with your truck. They're going to have you leave with the compact tractor and the trailer. Don't forget the tax savings with Section 179. The guys at Ewell are going to help you figure all of that out. Also, with all this beautiful rain, that means our grass is growing. I know mine is, and they got that walk behind more. You're going to take $1,000 off. So why not go and get yourself one? And that's from the Gulf of Mexico all the way to the hill countries of Texas. For 75 long, wonderful years, Ewell Kubota has been your Kubota dealer.
Check out the Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon.
If you're San Antonio, there are benefits that come along with it. I will cut you the front of the line. We're going to hype the return.
On 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or from a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right. For right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair, Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681.
This is Chris Canepa with Connecticut and San Antonio in the Hill Country. Listen to this message I received.
First message.
Hi, Chris. This is Santa Claus. Hey, I'm calling to give you a heads up. Last Christmas, so many people asked me for a Connecticut water softener, but getting all those Connecticut units in and out of the sleigh, up and down the chimneys, well, it's not so good on my back. So I'm going to forward all those Connecticut wish lists directly to you. Here's Mrs. Claus.
Yes, Chris, thanks again for installing our Connecticut. I just love how soft my man's beard is, and my skin feels silky smooth, even here at the North Pole.
Oh. So if it's okay with you, I'll handle the toys, you handle the water softeners. Thanks, Chris. By the way, the elves just love your jingle.
Call 656 Pure Connecticut.
From all of us at Connecticut, Merry Christmas.
Oh, and Chris, I'm not a fan of the gluten-free cookies. Bye-bye.
Connecticut.
Your brain is an amazing thing. But as you get older, it naturally begins to change, causing a lack of sharpness or even trouble with recall. Thankfully, the breakthrough in Prevagen helps your brain and actually improves memory. The secret is an ingredient originally discovered in jellyfish. Based on a clinical study of subgroups of individuals who are cognitively normal or mildly impaired, Prevagen has been shown to improve memory. A Pharmacy Times national survey of pharmacists rated Prevagen the #1 pharmacist-recommended memory support brand for the 5th year in a row. You can find it in the vitamin aisle in stores everywhere without a prescription. Help your memory. Try Prevagen today. Prevagen. Healthier brain, better life. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Have you or a family member been arrested? The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, can help regardless of the legal battle you are facing, personal injury or criminal defense. Attorney Jesse Hernandez and his team are ready to fight for you. Calls are answered 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. Call 210-807-8656 or visit jessehernandezlaw.com. That's 210-807-8656 or jessehernandezlaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla.
Joe Reinagle here. I want to tell you about something that has completely changed my life. I had vision correction surgery at Parkhurst New Vision. The results are amazing. The readers are a thing of the past. Hey, if you're like me and tired of those glasses, call Parkhurst New Vision at 210-585-2020. They offer a variety of services like vision correction surgery. So call Parkhurst New Vision, 210-585-2020, or get them online at sanantoniolasik.com.
This is Jim Rome. Have a take, don't suck on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Spurs are back in action, trying to snap a 14-game losing streak, set for tip-off at 6:30 from Minnesota. It'll be televised on ESPN. The Blitz will be getting you ready at 5:30 on game night San Antonio. The Texans added some secondary help with Adrian Amos, who just last season with the Jets combined for 23 tackles, but was waived this past week in an amicable split.
This Sports Center update is brought to you by Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 100% satisfaction guarantee.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake me up, wake up, wake me up. So wake me up, wake up.
Rob Thompson.
Ginobili the other way in transition to the left hand slam. I want some nasty.
Rudy J.
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I kiss excellent.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
Thank you so much for diving in the deep end of the pool with us. He's Rudy, I'm Rob, Easy E on the other side of the double pane. We got an hour of fun-filled radio headed your way, talking college football, pro football with Micah in front, and the fast break is headed toward the Las Vegas greater metropolitan area as the semifinals are on play, and they're headed to Vegas.
Yeah, it's been fun. The Bucks-Knicks game was a snoozer. That one was the only one of the four that we've seen that was really like got out of hand and was a blowout. The other three games, I mean, that you saw, we have full-blown controversy in Lakers and Suns. The Pacers game was super exciting. So we've had some good games, and the Pelicans and Kings was a really good game as well. So we got ourselves a really good tournament going on here. So the semis are headed to Vegas.
Continue to be surprised by the enthusiasm of the players involved.
Yeah. Only thing that would make it better is if they played it in the Sphere.
Ooh, man can dream. We could watch it inside and out. They could have it on the outside and on the inside.
It would probably shoot 22% with the sensory overload in that place.
We will be sensory overloaded if LeBron wins this thing.
Oh, yeah. If LeBron wins, it's a stupid tournament.
And we'll talk about what's going on.
If he doesn't, it's the greatest thing ever.
Did you see the hug between AD and LeBron post-game yesterday?
Yeah, because it's like, as I'm sure LeBron told him, I'm still waiting on you to help me out.
Well, he did miss a free throw that would have iced it. So there was the KD.
He had 25 and 15, but we really, like, you got to think about it. Like, we get to, like, it's like 4 big men before we get to Anthony Davis.
True.
Which is unfortunate. Like, how is that possible? Because we know he's super talented.
When he wants to be.
when he feels like it. That's the problem.
We'll talk about that in just a couple minutes. As the Spurs playing the T-Wolves up there in the Twin Cities, we'll get you ready as we expect Wemby to play coming off that abductor hip thing, although I saw some video of them still working on it yesterday. He's still questionable for tonight. But before we go there, the Dallas defense has been exposed. Is that a fair statement?
No, it's not a fair statement because, again, we're only talking about 3 games of 12. They're 9-3. So they've had 9 games where the defense looked really, really good, and they've had 3 games against teams above 500 or they looked average. Now, the only one that I would say where they were, didn't look that good was Seattle, Rob. But again, in the Seattle game in the fourth quarter, when the money was on the line, the defense stepped up and got 3 straight turnover on downs. So I can't say they've been exposed. But Philly's defense has been exposed. And again, I don't give a damn. I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm not defending the Cowboys. I never do. Philly has a really bad defense. Dallas defense doesn't. Their secondary is nowhere near as trash as Philly's trash ass secondary.
And my perception of the defenses between the two teams is flipped.
Which 2 teams? Philly and Dallas?
Yeah, because
okay.
I feel like the Philly defense is better because they have beaten good teams. And
I
the
see
numbers
you working.
don't show.
I see you working. They're 3-1 in their tough stretch.
And the Cowboys defense looks worse than it is because they've given up so many points. And when you see that, you feel like, well, the offense is scoring at least in the home games, at an NFL record pace. I mean, they're putting up nearly 40 points a game.
Now they couldn't produce a punt, but that's because they had 3 turnover on downs.
But it's not like the offense has had to score all these points to make up for the defense's inability to stop them. I've never been worried that the Cowboys got to go get 35 or they ain't going to be able to outscore the other team. I don't think the Cowboys go into games thinking we got to outscore somebody. I think they felt like they had to in years past. Like, we're going to have to put 40 up, we ain't going to win.
If last week wasn't fatigue, with this stretch coming up, they may enter that realm of, Dak, we need you to put up 30 because you're playing against teams that have that capability. You got Philly, you got Buffalo, you got Miami, you got Detroit. Those are all teams that are very capable of at any given Sunday of putting up 40. Now, again, if that was fatigue, no worries. But if it's not fatigue and this is turning into an issue, then yeah, Dak may be asked to do a little bit more, but I should be able to ask my MVP, who Dak is the MVP right now. You have to accept it. If the season ended today, Dak Prescott walks away with the MVP. And then it's only right of me to ask the MVP to do MVP things and pick. I've seen Aaron do it. I've seen Patrick Mahomes do it. I've seen all the quarterbacks that the Dak lovers, Jason Minix, want to put him into. You want to put him into that category, then it's only fair that I should be able to ask him to pick them up for a while, because at the beginning of the season, Rob, when they couldn't score in the red zone, they couldn't move the ball, and they couldn't run the ball, they leaned on the defense.
Legendary defense needed to come take care of it.
Yeah, the legendary defense was scoring touchdowns and getting interceptions and creating fumbles. Now it's Dak's turn. It's been a tale of 2 seasons, really.
You just took me to the place where I'm going. A week ago today, Deron Bland was Defensive Player of the Year and an MVP candidate. Today, I'm looking at him. Are you the weakest link on this team? Are you going to be the scab that everybody picks when they play the Cowboys? Are you going to be the victim?
He's got to keep his big boy pants on. Because, again, the reason he had so many interceptions in 2 years is because teams are throwing at him. Last year, they were throwing at him instead of Diggs. This year, they're throwing at him instead of Gilmore. So this isn't going to change. Jalen Hurts or Marcus Mariota, if you're David Carr, is going to throw the ball at Bland. Now, as Dan Quinn said, was that yesterday? Dan Quinn said, hey, well, be careful. Be careful. He does have some things. You got Dan. Let's hear what Dan said about his star defensive back, Deron Bland.
Well, I'd say if they do, they better be careful. And going back to what I said earlier, it's not the easiest thing to do, when you give up a play and you have to come back and to go fight for it again. But I think it just shows his mettle about what he's about and how he does to see him get some stops at the end. I thought another player that really stood up in some tough spots was Jordan Lewis, and getting some stops on some third and fourth down. So as hard as it was early, I thought, man, when it really came down to the game on the line type of plays, guys like Duran and Jordan and Steph, man, did they answer in a big way.
Man, you want to talk about how times have changed. When was the last time we talked about Jordan Lewis?
You know what? And I'm glad that's where coaching comes in, because coaches will let you know, like, I know y'all was talking about Micah, you're talking about Bland, but the guy who's the unsung hero of this defense, and they know it in that locker room, has been Jordan Lewis. He's been asked to do a lot in a short amount of time, and he stepped up to the plate. That's coach speak. Knock it off. Jordan Lewis ain't starting anywhere in this.
Cowboy next year.
He ain't starting anywhere in this league. But I think Donovan Wilson is the actual Achilles heel of that secondary, if you ask me.
You know what? Talking about guys that got paid, and granted, Donovan during his career fighting Texas Aggie has not been able to stay healthy for very long. But this is a cat that got paid in the offseason that we had high expectations of from, he among the other 7 safeties on this team had responsibilities. And he really has not lived up to it. In fact, there was one specific play last week that it was his fault and his fault alone. A big play was given up early in the game.
Yeah, I thought in my opinion, again, I'm no tape breaker downer, but he let Geno Smith look him off. Like, how you letting him look you off? Like, you got to pick your poison. You know what I mean? If I'm in the corner and Clay Thompson's in the corner, you go to Clay. You don't leave DK Metcalf. What the hell was Donovan Wilson thinking? That was, again, Bland was right there on him. If he had his safety help, which he thought he did. He gambled, and Donovan was nowhere to be found. Like a bunch of other Aggies that have left the 12th minute. They've all left. Yeah, if you asking me where there's a weak link, I think Donovan is one of them.
One of the best awards the NFL gives out, and they take such pride in, is the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year. And Dak Prescott gets to wear the Caped Crusader logo.
A weird logo.
Every time I see it, it looks like Star Wars to me. Like one of the characters, like Luke Skywalker, is on his shoulder. I can't figure out what it is, but it's Walter Payton in his game in his Bears vest, his Bears jacket that's symbolized there. DeMarcus Lawrence is this year's Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee for the Dallas Cowboys. A huge honor. This is one of those things. When you go to the Super Bowl, all of the NFL,
it's a big deal.
It is a big deal to these guys. As much as the NFL stresses community involvement, it is a big deal to the league, and they treat it as such. And the players get it. I mean, it is a worthy thing to go get. And congratulations to DeMarcus Lawrence. It does indeed show that there's so much more to a pro athlete than just the paycheck and the uniform.
I feel like it's right there behind MVP, DPOY, and Offensive Player of the Year. Then boom, Walter Payton's right there.
I mean, you get to put something on your uniform if you're a captain, if you've won a Super Bowl, or if you're a Man of the Year guy. That's it. Nothing else gets on there. So a worthy thing to go get. And DeMarcus Lawrence being the nominee. By the way, we talked about Dak is a previous winner, which is one of those huge deals. I don't know exactly what Law's philanthropy is, his philanthropic endeavors, but you know that he's been greatly involved and will be greatly needed as they get ready for Sunday night. We're prepping for the Cowboy game, of which you will be able to catch live right here on San Antonio Sports Star. Though Rudy and I are praying for the good graces of Southwest Airlines for fine Wi-Fi, as we will be on the plane coming back from Boston trying to catch that game.
It's fun fact. The flight Wi-Fi is the reason Rob has his phone. So I don't remember where we were coming from, but
it was a year ago this week.
Yeah, we were watching Dallas on the way home, and Rob looks over, and this dude has this huge ass phone out that looks like an iPad. And Rob's pretty much watching the game off of this dude's phone. And Rob's like, I'm getting that phone.
Oh, yes, it will
and
be
he
mine.
did it.
And I did.
To his credit, he did it.
Now, I had to sleep on the couch a couple of weekends and still can't open my work email. But damn it, I have a good-looking screen.
You don't need, before we needed our laptop. Rob doesn't need his laptop anymore with this phone.
No, this one is a worthy carry. The idea of what a worthy carry is, what's a worthy turnover? What's a worthy timeout in the NBA? Did you watch the Suns-Laker game last night? Man, oh man, you Laker haters, get ready. They're coming, and they're heading to Vegas. They win last night. KD speaks the truth, and a timeout can be called at any point, I guess, if the ball is loose. Let's talk some NBA as the Spurs are getting busy. They're up in the Twin Cities, and it's a battle of Parisian Gobert and Victor go at it. Lots of NBA talk. We want you to stay with us. This is R&R, and you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The idea of pain is something that so many of us deal with, but you don't have to live with it. Arasti providers all around San Antonio are here to fix you, man. Life's too short to live in pain, so don't let those little things that we decide we're just going to live with slow your life down. And I'm talking about maybe the strain or a sprain, a little weekend honey-do list got you slowed down. Maybe you rolled an ankle and you need to get yourself back. Maybe it's that lower back issue that I myself have dealt with for so many years of my life. See, Arasti can get you fixed because of how they work and what they do specifically. See, what Arasti does is more important about what they don't do. It's not about surgery. They're not going to try to hide the pain and tell you you're cured with some kind of medication to dull it. They're going to get you fixed. And once they fix the problem, the pain remarkably goes away. And it's amazing how well it works. Whether it's low back issues, strain or sprain, frozen shoulder. Let me tell you, if you've dealt with plantar fasciitis, you know how debilitating it can be, and Arasti can help. That's what you need to know. The number, write it down, 1-800-404-6050. It's a free call 24 hours a day. They'll get you registered, and they'll get you scheduled because you don't need a referral. And once you're there, they accept most insurances. Listen close. As the weekend is nearly here, don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. Call Arasti today. They'll get you taken care of, and when they do, I want you to thank me later.
It's the Mike McCarthy Show every Friday morning at 6:45 and 9 with R&R in the morning.
Do you like a certain amount of chaos?
Conflict is good.
Yeah.
Yes, I guess I do. I like healthy chaos. I don't like the BS.
A look at the Cowboys' upcoming game presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Big games, big concerts, big events. Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Any city, any event. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, and events from San Antonio to Las Vegas. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran-owned. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Get the home field advantage every time with Fairfield by Marriott, official hotel partner of the NCAA. Whether you're a student athlete working toward your championship dreams or your team's biggest fan, Fairfield by Marriott has everything you need to get ready for game day. From comfortable guest rooms to complimentary hot breakfast, Fairfield is part of the Marriott Bonvoy portfolio of hotels and official hotel partner of the NCAA. Visit fairfield.marriott.com to book your next game day stay.
This time of year, big box tool stores start to sell a whole bunch of not tools, from dancing Santas to plastic trees. At Northern Tool and Equipment, we'd rather sell you a 4-horsepower chainsaw fitted with a full chisel chain to cut down your own tree. And we have wood chippers come January, because mulch. We're cutting prices on hand and power tools, heaters, and pressure washers this holiday season. Save in store or at northerntool.com.
Smoker's Paradise, your premium smoke shop. Fully stocked to shop everything you need for your smoking needs under one roof. Vaporizers, disposable e-cigarettes, hookah accessories, water pipe, cigars, and more. With 16 area locations, including the newest at 8214 FM 78. Visit smokersparadise.com. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Don't go through another year with that awful joint pain. Call QC Kinetics right now and make 2024 the year you go back to living a normal life again. Hey, it's James Pledger with San Antonio Sports Star. QC Kinetics can give you your life back. They're the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. These are all natural treatments that can repair and restore that damaged tissue, giving you pain-free movement again. QC Kinetics has tens of thousands of satisfied patients around the country. People who have had knee, back, shoulder pain, who were able to get lasting relief with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. If you have pain from an old injury or pain associated with arthritis, you need to check this out. The future of medicine is here with the regenerative treatments from QC Kinetics. Make the call now so you can get the most out of 2024. Get back to doing what you love, and don't forget, you can use your HSA and FSA funds. Call QC Kinetics for a free consultation. 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. Locations in Hollywood Park, Westover Hills, and New Braunfels.
94.1 FM.
It's R&R here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Yeah, it is.
See if we can break the streak.
What streak is that?
What are we at, 14?
Oh, yeah.
It's 14, right?
It's 14.
So we're
they're not breaking it tonight. Well, if Anthony Edwards doesn't play and Jaden Daniels is hurt, maybe. But if Anthony Edwards plays, it goes to 15, and that's fine. Just compete.
That's it. We are
the 20. I'm at the point now where I'm just like, hey, let's just keep it under 20, have it close in the fourth, and if we lose because we just don't know how to win, I'm cool with that. But
baby,
the 20 and 30 pointers I can't do. They've worn me down, and I have nothing to do with that organization. Nothing.
Now, we have seen Minnesota before, and I think if it wasn't Victor's best game, the best game was a Phoenix Suns game, that second game of the
38.
season.
Yeah,
but he did have 29 and, did all the other filling the boxes kind of stuff. So he did kind of take that game personally. It's been a long time ago.
Right.
What has it been, 2.5 weeks or so since that game? Maybe more than that.
That was almost a month. That was November 10th.
So as our losing streak had just begun, he went out and got 29 against Rudy Gobert and the huge
They were
team.
leading that game.
Yeah, they had a nice lead. And this is one of those few teams that I think the Spurs are legitimately quicker than. I think they can move the ball, themselves a little bit quicker than Minnesota.
That's fair.
And that might be after a couple of days of Greg Popovich minicamp, which I hope they've just gone through like we'd been told they'd done all summer, that at the very least, while we might not see an offensive explosion, execution, it'll just be crisper. And I think that matters.
They're going to be better once, and it's really as simple as this. We're going to see a completely different team when they begin to value possessions, when they value the ball. Like, empty possessions is what's killing this team. Ask the Phoenix Suns, who are a veteran-laden team, have a top 10 scorer on their team, had 22 turnovers, and it cost them. If you have 22 turnovers and you don't have Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, you're going to lose by 30 points. As soon as they can cut these turnovers in half, we're going to see an entirely different team. Again, guys are going to miss shots. Zach Collins is going to continue to jack up threes, continue to shoot 20-something% from three. It is what it is. I'd much rather have Zach Collins building another arena with his bricks than them turning the ball over. So as soon as they can fix that, just value the ball. I mean, some of these turnovers are just gosh awful. So yeah, just don't turn the ball over.
When you look at the Spurs and valuing the ball, it falls back to what we've talked about so much, this experiment, for lack of a better term, with Jeremy Sohan. And by every measure, it has been an abject failure, apart from maybe potential down the road where there might be some benefit. The reason I bring this up, as we've reached this, we're not to the quarter pole, but we're pretty close.
Well,
we're pretty close. We'll pass the quarter pole the next week.
Yeah,
as we head toward 82 total games. I think we can now start looking at the alternative to the plan. And looking at turnovers per game, the Spurs are actually only 28th in the league.
28 worst.
Yeah, only 28th worst.
What are we?
Only Detroit and Utah turn the ball over more than the Spurs. Damn. It's time to start considering what the fix is. Bleacher Report, and a writer that quite frankly, I don't know. I don't know who this cat is. Avila. I want to make sure I give him the credit because he actually has come up with something. Dan Favela has come up with something that would involve going and getting a point guard from the Washington Wizards. And I like this because it doesn't expend too much capital. We're talking about Tyus Jones, who was a victim of the Bradley Beal deal. As all these guys got moved around, he landed in Washington as a throw-in guy. But he's a legitimate NBA consistent point guard. Greatness, well, that might not be it, but consistency is part of it. And to go get him, I even like the terms that this guy Favell came up with. It would involve Devontae Graham, a guy that can't find the court, and Charlotte's 24 first rounder that could be a 25th, or it could turn into a 26th or a 27th year pick, according to how this lands. It's the most nebulous of the Spurs first round picks, because you don't know what it is. So many things are going to play into it. You could use it in 24. In 25, it works out. It could go as far down the road as 27, depending on how things work out. So I look at that and go, well, that would be a piece that isn't clearly defined that I wouldn't be afraid to move to go get a point guard, the likes of Tyus Jones. Now, he's not a stud, but I tell you what, the combo of the Jones boys might lend itself to a couple more points per 100 possessions.
So at this point, you're still erring on the side of not going and trading for the guy that, because I'm thinking of about like a Vidarius Garland. You still don't want the guy that you have to pay. You just want the guy that's just going to cost us a pick or two, not the guy that's already making $200 million. Like Detroit is not working out with Jaden Ivey right now. Things are weird there. They've lost 15 straight.
I'm not anti that, Rudy. I'm not. Everything's on the board here. And Darius Garland, the young bull, there was some shine on that apple a couple years ago.
Right.
Now it'd be an expensive one. I'm talking about. Let's look at what the Spurs have. The numbers tell us that it's not working, at least not right now, and the potential for it improving anytime soon isn't there. And I liken it to, you've got this offense that you've put together in football. You've got a Pro Bowl quarterback. You went and drafted the best wide receiver out there to pair with the all pro quarterback there. You got a defense. You got a tight end that can play ball. You got a running back that's fully capable of 1,500 yards. Yet every time you line up, your left guard jumps off sides. I can't even practice with all these studs because no matter what I do in game, the other pieces won't allow me to get better. So as long as Sohan is out there, he is hindering the improvement of Keldon, or at least the plan. He's hindering what we want to do with Devin Vassell. Is he a six-man or not? And is it because we don't have point guard play? We have to put Devin to come in at the 8-minute mark to just bring some offense, to just get us caught up because we stumbled out of the gate again because we couldn't get the ball upfield or up court to do what we want to do. This isn't about Sohan sucking out loud and not being a starter.
He's not.
It's about helping somebody come in to help the other dudes improve too. It's not just about Sohan.
Yeah, like a Tyus Jones, that's something he's done his whole life.
And this guy gets it. You can just tell.
I mean, he's withering away in Washington with Jordan Poole and that mustache.
So I'm not saying that's the only move, but if you're going to move a future piece, in my mind, Rudy, that Charlotte one could be a 24 pick, could be a 25 pick. If they win this game, don't decide to win that game, could go to 27. It's one of those things that, yeah, you guys can deal with that problem. I got a lot more first rounders that I can clearly define, or at least better define where I will land when it's time for me to draft them.
Yeah, and YouTubers chiming in, talking about the Spurs conversation, Rob. Like and subscribe. Never thought we'd be talking about just don't lose that bad this early in the Wemby era. Someone needs to get fired. I'm not ready to fire anybody, Joshua Jimenez. Thank you for chiming in on YouTube. I'm not ready to fire anybody. I just want to make changes. I just want to see that, like, okay, again, if it's not about wins and it's just about getting better, then getting better starts with a better starting lineup, starts with a better point guard. And again, when you start talking about moving those picks, Rob, especially the ones that are down there in the 20s, I mean, no disrespect to any of those guys, but I mean, do we need another Blake Wesley to be in Austin? That's what you're getting at those 24, 25 picks. Yes, every now and then you find a gem.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that you can't find gems that late. I mean, we all know the Tony Parker story, Manu, Joker, etc. Draymond Green, second round, late first round, whatever. But what I'm saying is, it's like, yo, well, what are we doing? What are we doing? If it's about getting better, then let's get better to get better.
Yeah, exactly. Let's find a way, and we'll deal with losses. We'll deal with that. The benefit of the loss is, hey, higher draft pick, and we understand the value there. But if we just understand what the plan is. Last year, Pop told us the first time we saw him in October, look, man, don't go to Vegas betting on any wins this year.
Yeah, he said that off the rip.
But he started this season not acting that way. So we altered our perspective and our expectations when we shouldn't have been put in that situation. I lay that firmly on the feet of Pop. I know you can't talk about tanking. You can't talk about continuing the process, but you can wink at us. We kind of get it. We've done it before. And he did not wink at us. He acted like there were playoffs possible.
Yeah, well, I mean, where it is now, again, and I was the guy that said they'd win 40 games. Where they are now, like, I'm pushing for top 5 pick because it's over. This season's done.
Certainly feels that way as we round the corner. Make sure you're following and subscribing to our Silver and Black podcast. We do it every day at 7 o'clock. You can download it, listen to it at your leisure, like you would use the audio vault every day. You miss anything live from R&R or any other part of the live broadcast day, you can go to sasportstar.com and get everything you could possibly need to carry on your Spurs day. Hey, we owe you Dallas Cowboy talk. In fact, we owe you Micah Parsons. He had to the MVP. Tyreek Hill could play a lot more positions, just like Micah Parsons. In love of Tyreek and the 49ers, Micah has some favorites. We'll talk about that next. It's R&R, and you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I know all of you guys out there looking for the perfect gift for your friends or your family or yourself, and Tri-County has put together a gift box for you. They'll ship it, then they'll put it together, and listen to what we've got available to you. They've got different names for it, and man, oh man, will it make your friends happy. How about the Buddy the Elf gift box? 2 New York strips, 2 ribeyes, dry sausage, and some fine seasoning. Gulf Coast seasoning, one of my favorites. Maybe the Mrs. Claus box, 4 ribeyes, 2 New York strips, 2 pounds of fajitas, and a Gulf Coast spice seasoning bottle. That's what I'm talking about. The gifts are already curated. The Santa Claus gifts got ribeyes and fillets and strips and fajitas, and the big Rudolph. You're looking for jerky and smoked tenderloin. What I'm talking about is those high-end gifts that you're going to give to your best friend, the ones that you want to impress your friends and family. This is a father-in-law kind of gift. Head over to Tri-County Meat Market and let them curate a gift box that is perfect for giving, because they know a great meal always starts with great meat. And while you're buying that gift box, remember, specials are still in play. 5 for $25, always there. 2 locations waiting on you, Keebner and Ralph Fair. Head in there, get some fine meat, put it on the grill, and put it in a gift box, and they'll be thanking you, and you'll be thanking me later.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's Sunday Night Football. The Cowboys and Eagles. Nothing better on a Sunday night beginning at 6.
Deep down the right side. Oh, it's caught at the 45, 40, Pollard, 20. Good night, nurse.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Here we go. Here comes the Sandman.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Adam Sandler.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The I Missed You Tour.
Should we clap along? I'm going to play guitar a little bit for you.
Adam Sandler. Live.
Take him away!
Frost Bank Center, December 7th.
All right, let's lose that. I hate it.
Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
Are lab-grown diamonds ecologically friendly? They were developed in laboratories, but most of the millions of lab-grown diamonds in jewelry stores were manufactured in huge factories in China and India. Tens of thousands of massive furnaces are heated to about 20% of the temperature of the surface of the sun, put under immense pressure, and held there for 2 to 3 weeks to produce a lab-grown diamond. These furnaces use a tremendous amount of subsidized electricity produced in China and India by mostly coal-powered plants. The subsidized coal-powered electricity is used to produce inexpensive, easily identifiable lab-grown diamonds, whose wholesale price has crashed to almost nothing. Some jewelers still try to sell them for thousands of dollars, while others give them away for free with a purchase. America's Diamond only offers traditional, real, natural, earth-grown diamonds that are rare, extremely beautiful, and have had real value for centuries. See our television program tonight on ABC KSAT 12 at 12:35 a.m. or right now at americasdiamond.com.
Life moves fast. No one has time for a car, truck wreck, or commercial vehicle accident. At Davis Law Firm, we get it. When you call the force, you don't have to worry about insulting offers from insurance adjusters, property damage, or car rental. With over 25 years experience, we have secured important verdicts and settlements, some in the millions of dollars. I'm Jeff Davis. If you were in a car, truck wreck, or hit by a commercial vehicle, call me at 444-4444. You got it. There's only one number to remember. 4. Attorney consultation by appointment only. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio. Davis Law Firm is a proud official partner, personal injury attorney of the San Antonio Spurs.
Sponsored by Bosch Power Tools. In honor of Giving Tuesday, Bosch is donating over $20,000 worth of power tools, measuring tools, and accessories to trade school programs in Charlotte, Tampa, Dallas, and San Antonio. Bosch strives to support students' learning and development by providing teachers and students with the tools they need to engage in hands-on skill-building experiences. Whether it's hammering through concrete on a construction site or studying hard to build a future career in the trades, Bosch Power Tools understands that hard workers deserve the best. Visit pressroom.boschtools.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 210-615-7777 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
It's the Mike McCarthy Show every Friday morning at 6:45 and 9 with R&R in the morning.
Morning, Coach. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Good morning, Rob and Rudy.
Good morning. A look at the Cowboys' upcoming game presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's R&R here on San Antonio Sports Star. We've given away all the tickets appropriately, right, Evan? Nothing left in the cash box.
I got a unwritten rule.
Still have WWE.
Oh, we got some WWE tickets.
We got to get those. I got an unwritten rule pet peeve, Rob. It just happened to me.
Just now?
Yeah, well, the break.
Well, you were in the room with me the entire time. What did I do?
Break before. It wasn't you. Break before. The rare time, like it's rare. I'm not a public guy. Rare time I do take a dump in public.
Uh-huh.
I'm not coming out of that stall until
while you're in there.
Everyone's gone.
I'm lifting my legs. The door's locked up.
Everyone's gone.
You're not going to see my shoes.
If I come out, everyone's got to be gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not coming out until. So
don't wait
I'm not going to say anybody's name, but he came out after he took a dump and he talked to me, and he didn't dap me because I would have slapped him. But don't come out until the coast is clear.
I will do you the service of leaving the bathroom if I know you're in there.
Really?
I will open the door and go, oh, occupied. I'll turn on the water like that's the reason I came in. Mess around with the water, then leave.
Like, how do you come out and just look me in my eye? Yeah. I'm not saying no names, but I'm just like, I'm weirded out. I've been weirded out. So that last segment may have been shaky for me because I'm weirded out like that. He came out the stall fresh off a dump and talked to me. Like, bro, just stay. Like, dude, I was going to be in there literally 30 seconds. And you can't wait another 30 seconds till I literally will. I don't care if it's a parade of people. I'm just going to be in there too long.
Treat me like a Baptist at a liquor store. Acknowledge my presence, but don't look at me.
Yeah,
get the hell out.
Yeah, don't come in.
Because I ain't talking to you either.
Yeah, and if you're in the stall, just wait. Just wait.
You know, don't make any noise.
Anyways.
No, I'm with you.
Get off my chest.
There's only like 8 guys.
So I gotta step my game up. So if I go in and somebody is relieving themselves,
I normally just turn around and leave. Because there's two reasons.
What? The smell.
That's primary. And then the sounds. I just don't want to deal with any of it. So I will hold it.
So you'll just go
I'll just turn around and
wash your hands.
I will reverse, like about face, and moonwalk out of there. I don't care how bad I gotta go.
I gotta step my game up.
Now the dudes that'll come sit down right beside you. Oh. That's an interesting cat right there.
Oh my God! Don't even get me started on dude that'll sit in the stall next to me.
And please don't have a conversation with me.
No,
or get on the phone.
Them's fighting words.
Now that's the next level stuff. I hope to at some point be man enough to go, I don't care.
I will never get there, and I will never. If I just can't withhold the sound, then I'm flushing at the same time.
Well, that goes without saying.
Yeah,
the courtesy flush is something that you need to learn early and keep it with you.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I was literally in shock that he came out. I was like, did he really come out the stall?
Now, was he already tucked, or was he still tucking and getting everything together? Was he already?
No,
was
he was
still
still
zipping and tucking. See, no. That's.
And I was like, and then he's like, hey, what's going on? What?
That's boundary stuff,
like,
man.
I'm violated. I feel violated, and I can't function. If this would have happened at 8, I would have been ruined. Thank God this happened in the 9 o'clock hour. I'm like, you came out and then you talked to me and you were buckling. Like, bro, that's 3 strikes. You're out.
Yeah.
I can't talk to you next week.
You
when I see
have,
you.
you've crossed the line. The etiquette of the bathroom is a fine one that needs to be abided by.
Yeah, dude. Talk to me.
I've taken a lot of abuse over the years by saying, I could be a GM. I could do as good a
Rob,
job
no, you can't.
as 85% of the general managers in the NFL and NBA. I believe to my core I could. I do. I believe that it ain't that difficult. You surround yourself with the right people and you ask the right questions. I could manage a team. I'd like to find out.
Right.
Micah Parsons is a player of great note.
Yeah, he is.
He is one of the best players I've ever seen on the defensive side of the ball. And he's a fan of Tyreek Hill.
We all are.
He likes Brock Purdy too.
He likes the 49ers.
He likes all things 49ers. But let's him talking about he could be a quarterback and be successful against with Tyreek Hill as his wide receiver.
Purdy is playing great football for a second-year QB regardless. I think.
Yeah, he
but
is.
The thing about it, I think his playmakers are just making better plays. If you see Debo's runs, those are quick passes. Yes, he's getting to him. But honestly, sometimes, truth about it or not, and I am talking crazy right now.
Yes, you are.
I'm talking crazy right now.
You are.
And I'm talking very crazy. I truly believe I could be Tyreek Hill's quarterback. Yeah. I could throw it up to Tyreek Hill. I could throw a screen pass to Debo. And this might be the crazy Madden side of me.
That's a shot
but these
at
players
Purdy.
are just that good. Christian McCaffrey's just that good. If I get the ball out to Christian McCaffrey in space, he's going to make someone miss. He's going to make a play happen for me.
That's
Same thing with Debo. IU, Kittle, they're great playmakers. If you watch that game, they were able to make people's miss and obviously make big plays off of it.
7.
Small pass, precise passes, kept in front of them. You look at the pass chart, right? Those aren't hard passes. They're good passes.
8.
But those players are really freaking good at what they do. They're some of the
9.
best. Each player is top 5 at their position. But they're just super good. And that's just what they do.
That was 11 shots at Brock Purdy.
But he likes him. With all due respect, I like him. But
11. Have you ever heard someone take 11 shots while giving them credit at one person in a 1.5 minute clip? He took 11 shots. I counted 11 shots at Brock Purdy. Quick passes, McCaffrey makes someone miss. Debo makes somebody miss. Precise passes, then Kittle, then this guy. Top 5 players on that team. So he started it, and Rob taught me this. Anytime you start a statement with, hey, with all due respect, the disrespect is following. And again, Brock Purdy, I feel bad for him. And I was telling Ryan and Rob this during a couple of breaks ago. Brock Purdy has done nothing to me. Brock Purdy, only thing he's done is play great. Yet I'm just not impressed. And it's stupid. It's stupid. I should be impressed with Brock Purdy, but I'm just not. When I see what Debo did last week, when I see Debo get the ball and proceed to slice through the Philly defense like a Ginsu knife, and then I have to turn around and act like Brock Purdy did all these great things because Debo is really fast when someone's chasing him. I have a problem giving a bouquet of flowers to Brock Purdy.
Because Micah's kind of right.
Yeah, James Pledger. He knows Purdy leads the league in yards per average and air yards traveled, right? Okay.
The perception is correct.
He's good.
All I got to do is throw a 5-yard ball to a playmaker and things are going to happen.
I'm sorry, Brock.
I mean, it's true. I mean, and that small definition of what a quarterback is, yeah, Micah, you could, in fact, quarterback a Debo or a Tyreek Hill if that was your only skill set required.
Did you see those 2 touchdowns Debo scored? Is anybody watching? Was anybody watching? What did that have to do with Brock Purdy?
Nothing. Don't tackle Debo high, by the way. You want to go low, hit the shoelaces. He shrugged off that eagle like he was a cape.
You have one of the best defenses ever. You have the best play caller in the league. You have Debo, Ayuk, Kittles, and McCaffrey. Yet y'all want me to give a bouquet of flowers to Brock Purdy. I'm not going to do it. Y'all giving him enough. I'm going to keep my flowers for somebody else.
But there's a certain level of, damn, he makes it look easy that we're not giving him credit for. I mean, damn, He's making it look easy.
I mean, but I saw Matt Schaub look good under Kyle Shanahan as well. Like, look at this touchdown Debo scoring, dude. Like a quick out. He threw the ball backwards, and Debo goes to the house. And I'm supposed to give the credit to Purdy. Come on, man. He threw the ball backwards. Knock it off.
Okay, Tua. Would Tyreek be Tyreek without Tua? Now,
yes.
I think
he did it with Mahomes.
Yeah,
I think it's the other way. I think it's the same thing. I think Tyreek Tua didn't do this last year.
It's funny how no, he did not. You're right. He did not do this last year. And as we have gotten to this point,
he got hurt, but he had 7 concussions.
All the discussion about defensive player being an MVP, would it be Myles Garrett? Could Micah do it? Deron Bland record setting? No, it's all about the quarterback. It will always, always be about the quarterback and a wide receiver. I'm looking at the current MVP chase.
Okay.
The leaders as we sit right now.
It should say Dak Prescott and everyone else now.
Dak Prescott certainly is in the lead by most. And then, you've got your standards, Brock Purdy, as we've just talked about, and Tyreek Hill as the wide receiver representative. On the next level behind them, Lamar Jackson and Tua, and Mahomes and Jalen Hurts fading in the race. Is that appropriate?
They shouldn't even be in the race. The only person today, December 5th or 6th, that I will listen to besides Dak, and this could change over this stretch because Dak is about to play some better teams. The only person I'm listening to on December 6th, other than Dak Prescott, is Tyreek Hill. That's it.
Now, let me ask you this question. Dak Prescott goes out and continues the streak. Now, the streak is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Over the last 6 games, 20 touchdowns, 2 interceptions with a QBR of 115. I mean, that's MVP. If he continues these numbers, but the Cowboys lose.
You don't have to win them all.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers won 4 MVPs. I'm sure he lost 4 or 5 games in those seasons. And not only that, if Brock Purdy's the MVP, well, then why the 3 games that Debo sat out, they lost all 3? When Debo was out for 3 straight games, Brock Purdy looked like Mr. Irrelevant. Facts. And they traded away the farm to get you Christian McCaffrey. Like, I'm not hearing the Brock Purdy stuff. I'm not. He's surrounded by a great team, just like Joe Montana, just like Troy Aikman.
Is there anything any defensive player can do in the next 5 weeks? I mean, what if Bland has another 3 pick sixes? I mean, is there any way that a player other than a quarterback could do something extraordinary enough?
Yes, Tyreek Hill.
And what does he have to do?
If he gets to 2,000.
And that's the goal, right?
If he gets to 2,000 yards receiving, Tyreek Hill is your 2023.
Now, let's say I'm going to apply the same question to him.
So
he gets 2,000 yards. He breaks the record, but Miami's 500 through the stretch. They're only lost 3 games.
They're 9-3.
But let's say he gets the $2,000, and for the rest of the season they go 500, and it's not as pretty as it was, though the yards are there. Can he win it like that?
That would mean they would go 11-6. Yes, and especially if they end up with the 1 seed in the AFC, which is a nightmare for everybody. Because the only way Miami's going to Vegas is if they get home field throughout. If they have to travel anywhere where the temperature is below 50, they will be going home. But if they are at home in South Beach on grass, Miami is going to Vegas because the AFC has fallen all the way off.
They are now the JV, as Greeny is apt to say.
But Miami is Dallas AFC. Neither team has looked good against good teams.
Like that comparison, though. Miami, hey, do it yourself a favor. If you're not high on Miami, go check their defensive stats. Since Ramsey got healthy, they're playing D.
Okay.
A lot of people don't think it's a defensive-led team, and they're really not, but they're playing a lot better defense than a lot of people perceive. Defense can be played in the wrestling ring, the squared circle. That's a terrible transition, but I got tickets to give away. We gave it to the early crew. Let's give it to the lates. I got WWE tickets. It's going to be a Monday Night Raw coming up in March. You want to go? 656-376. 656-376. That's ESPN. If you look at the keypad, if you see one of those phones. They're wrestling at the Frost Bank Center. You'll be there for free if you win. If you get caller number 5 right now, caller number 5, Edwin. If you don't win the tickets, you can go to frostbankcenter.com and get your tickets again. That is Monday Night Raw coming to our beautiful ice house on March the 4th. Get on there, caller number 5.
Did we figure that out the other day? Who was the last Cowboy to win the MVP? Was it Emmett?
Had to be. I can't imagine there.
Because I don't think Romo didn't win one.
No.
Des Bryant.
No.
Terrell Owens.
No. And Troy was gone.
Yeah,
The
no.
it
was Emmitt Smith.
That's
Emmitt
what
was last. Damn, that was 93. Emmitt Smith is the last cap. Damn, a lot.
It's
There
only
was a
been
lot of last
30
in the 90s for the Cowboys.
93, huh?
And damn,
it's only been 30 years.
In 93. Well, did he win the MVP after missing 2 games? Wasn't that the season that he missed the 2 games?
That was the season where he finished against the Giants with one arm.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that performance alone was the single greatest running back performance I had ever seen. To that
on
moment.
AstroTurf.
On
Falling
turf,
that.
one arm hanging to his knee. He couldn't even lift it up and went and got 150 to beat the Giants. That was an MVP caliber performance. I hope you had an MVP caliber dial and our caller 5 to get your Monday Night Raw. Rudy and I are about to hit the plains.
They're about to hit the plains.
Going to download some movies and go to Baston.
I'm going to sleep. You know me, Rob. When have you ever seen me awake on a plane?
See, that's just I wish that you had the skill set.
Yeah, you've never seen me awake on an airplane.
You're going to have to count me down with the music. We have lost all This is an interesting day around Radio Ranch. Hey, don't forget that everything we do, you can catch on a device, no matter where you're going. SASportsStar.com will take you with it wherever you go. Like Jason Minix, yeah, thanks for the Dave Campbell's. I appreciate the magazine. I will be reading it on the plane as I look at the Dave Campbell's basketball edition. Man, that's a welcome thing to have on the airplane.
I found out yesterday during the Blitz, during Indy Kalu's interview, that Jason Minix and Indy Kalu used to go to Sugars and do drugs.
What's that, like a breakfast place? What's the Sugars you speak of?
It's this cool seafood place.
It is.
It smells like fish when you walk in.
That's what and bad decisions.
Yeah, they
And
They did some illegal things off of backsides. Found that out from Indy Kalu about him and Minix. I did not know that. And I would just want to know if they use hundreds or 20s.
I have so many questions.
I'm just saying Indy Kalu, because what happened was, so the guy that got into it with the San Francisco linebacker, he's the fix-it guy for Philly. So Indy said that guy was the guy that would make sure when he was in Philly, he would make sure guys got home.
Oh, he's the chief of security, the Philly dude. Yeah, Dominic, whatever it is, who's now on every T-shirt in Philadelphia right now.
So he said when him and Minix would go to those places, he would make sure him and Minix got home after doing bad things with bad people.
That's a story that I'm eager to hear. And you know what? You can catch up with it at our audio vault brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. Next time you hear from us, we're going to be on a different time zone talking from the car in the yard. Hey, we're headed to Boston for the USA Army-Navy game. Come with us. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. This has been R&R.
Peace.